It's time to start the show. The gang is ready. Let's go. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time!
Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. It's time to celebrate the moment. I feel it in my soul. It's written in my bones so deeply. I wanna lose control. So turn it up a little more and laugh along with me. The show is about to begin. Series 103. Yeah, so get ready. Yeah, I'm so ready. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Sing it like, hey, are you ready? Jim and Sam are here. Feel it like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. So if you feel it like I do, you gotta sing it with me too. Like, hey, everybody, Jim and Sam are here. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning. How do we say? Yeah. Sound nice, right?
Does it sound good? I
More
just noticed
bases.
these.
Yeah. Oh, I needed that.
Like men.
Yeah.
Like men.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Like it. I don't mind that. We have new microphones in the studio.
I would just like to be able to, and thank you, they did a good job with the, oh yeah, there's no more gaffer's tape. I would just like to be able to use my own windscreen. I don't like talking to the mic after everybody else talks into it. I know you can't avoid it, but I hate doing it.
Well, you're a comic. Like, you understand how gross mics are. If anybody
disgusting.
understands how gross mics are, it's guys like you that go club to club, and those mics
Disgusting.
that just weekend after weekend, year after year after year, are just sitting there. And comedians
People
are like,
talking into them.
I mean, comedians are the most disgusting people in the world.
Fair enough.
You know,
Yeah,
so
they
it's
really
like,
are.
you know, you don't want to share mics. So I get
Yeah.
why you have a.
I'd rather talk into a pedo's laptop. That's less gross than a comedy club mic.
Yeah, I don't know, because they don't have the foam things on these mics.
No,
they have
not
the
at all.
hard pop filter. They don't go for a windscreen. They go for what's known as a pop filter.
Oh, is that what that's called?
That's a pop filter. That's why every time I said it just now, didn't pop.
Pop filter.
See?
Yeah,
You
it
didn't
sounds
pop
good.
at all.
I like this.
Yeah.
I just want my own windscreen, but there's no way to do it.
Your own pop filter.
Oh, my own pop filter? Is there any way to take my pop filter off?
No, they said no.
What's that? No soda?
Okay.
No, I mean they screw in.
Well, you could screw them out then.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you could screw it in, but you can't screw it out.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
what
you
do
know
you
what?
think,
You
it's
can't.
one way?
No, you can't. Look, I'm wrong. They're on the mic. I have a new mic
mounted.
too.
I would
Alright.
love to see what Travis what he does in his house when something needs to be fixed.
I asked my wife to do it.
I screwed it in. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you can't. The window's open. It can't be closed.
You can.
I don't think there's anything in our house that hasn't been built by my wife.
Is she really? She's handy, huh?
Oh my God, she's great.
And
That's
you are
such
not?
a good quality.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not that I'm not. She's just way better at it.
I do all the handiwork in my house. Not a lot gets done.
No, I understand. I'm terrible at it. It's fucking hard.
I learned the basics. Like, I can pass. I'm passable. But once we got a house, I was like, okay, I got to actually... Building the studio, actually, is where I actually started to learn how to use tools and build things. But, like yesterday, for example, it's always weird things happening. Yesterday, we finally turned the water on outside, because when you have a house... You have to go, in the basement and turn the pipes off to the water that's outside, because otherwise, if you leave it on during the winter, there's water going through, it's going to freeze. And you end up with your pipes all bursting.
When you clean them out, yes.
Right, so you have to turn your water that goes outside off all season.
Yeah, that's why mine burst that time.
Yes, exactly. So I finally turned the water back on for the summer yesterday, because we were going to put a hose in, let tiny little Edgar run around and
Water the daffodils.
Right, water the daffodils, the whole deal.
Whatever a boy will do.
Right. So I turned the water on, and then turned the hose on, made sure it worked. I was like, great, turn the hose off, go back downstairs, go back to work. And then Jess called. She was like, Sam, you got to turn the water off. The backyard's flooded. I was like, what? And so I go outside, and apparently, this is news to us. You know how, there's sprinkler systems in backyards?
Yes.
So we don't have a sprinkler system, but there must be holes where a sprinkler system could go.
Okay.
So as long as the water's on outside, the spaces where a sprinkler system would be, water just comes and just goes in the lawn. So there's like puddles where you could see a nozzle would be for a sprinkler
Right.
all over. So you can't have the water on outside unless you install a sprinkler system, which I'm not going to pay a whole bunch of money to install a sprinkler system. So that's the end of the water being on outside
Well,
forever.
how much is a sprinkler system?
I don't know. No,
It might not be unreasonable.
Okay, if it's $50, it's $50 I won't be spending. It's too much. I don't need a sprinkler system.
Can you Google how much a sprinkler? I have no idea how much a suburban sprinkler system is, but I want the Roberts to have one.
Don't need it. It rains enough.
Young Edgar will frolic through the water.
Well, I'll tell you what I did. There's a hose nozzle in the garage that runs...
Sounds like my nickname in high school.
Hose nozzle.
I'm close to
it. There's a hose nozzle in the garage that runs on the house water that is obviously on anyway. So I screwed the hose into the garage and then wrapped it around the house into the backyard. So that way I don't have to have the outside water on. I just have to have a hose wrapped around the entire house.
How big is the hose?
I mean, hoses are long.
To wrap around a house?
Well, it's not like I live in a mansion, but yeah.
Wow, all right.
Yeah, it's a pretty long
So you
hose.
kind of, you rigged it and you got it done.
Exactly.
But because there's like some kind of grooves for your fucking sprinkler system,
Yeah, there's
got to
be some spot where you can put nozzles in, but because the nozzles aren't in, there's no on-off switch. So as long as the water is going through those pipes, it's just leaking onto the lawn.
Oh, okay. But there's already equipment in place. All you need is nozzles.
You'd have to put the equipment in. Like the installation, I guess, is done. You just have to put the equipment into where the installation
that's probably not
is.
that much. It's probably the installation is probably more money. I mean, what they already did is probably more money. The equipment is probably not that expensive.
Do you think it costs more or less than $30?
I'm gonna guess,
including labor.
Probably a couple grand.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
That's not gonna. No. That's a big N-O.
I was hoping that it was flooded up to your knees and there was dog shit floating.
No, we clean up after the dog. What are you talking about?
I was hoping it was dog logs.
You wanted just a river in the backyard with dog shit.
I wanted
floating
you
throughout?
wading through dog shit.
Just putting galoshes on in the hot sun.
By the way, can I tip my hat real quick? I drove my car here today and I used Sam's
parking lot
because I have to drive after. Great job by the city. Because the best time to paint the white lines on the street is 6:15 a.m. on 6th Avenue in Midtown.
During the week or weekend?
Oh, weekdays are the
Weekday.
best time to do it because then what can happen, you can drive your black car over it and get white fucking paint all over your fucking tires.
Do you have white paint on your tires?
Yes, I do.
That's great.
I rode by when they were just starting that.
What the fuck
great?
are they doing? 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm hoping that paint comes off.
I don't think so. You parked it with the paint on?
Uh-huh.
You got white paint tires then?
I guess I do.
Because otherwise, maybe if you kept driving, it would wear off the wet paint. But if you're just letting the paint dry in a parking lot right now, enjoy your white tires.
Yeah, I guess
that's going to be a hell of an explanation when you try to get return your car
they'll
for
understand
the lease.
it. They'll know exactly what it is.
And they'll go, yeah, we know exactly what it is. We're billing you anyway.
Yeah, no, they won't charge for that. I don't think. There's nothing you can do. It's fucking. It is what it is. And a car wash will probably take some of that off, but it's just annoying. I have a black car with white paint on the tires.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck are you assholes doing it now?
I mean, yeah, even if you don't get billed, the point is from now on, you're driving around looking like a real putz.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's really the issue.
That's really irritating.
It's like you don't want to have
a first world problem.
But you got this nice car, and now you look like a real grade A putz. You know, you don't want that.
No, you're correct. I don't.
Not in the big city.
Yeah.
Jason in South Carolina. What's up, Jason?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Yeah.
Sam, I'm trying to figure out your situation here.
Okay.
So you have when you say turn the water on the outside, so you have a shut-off valve somewhere in your basement.
Of course.
Okay. So you turn it on in your backyard flood. That's usually a pretty good sign you got a burst at your pipe somewhere.
No, but I'm
not sure how
it doesn't.
I think you're right.
It doesn't flood in a uniform way. Like puddles just appear in random spots in the backyard, not even close to the hose or anything. Just puddles appear, and they appear in a pattern where you would have nozzles that work as sprinklers for the backyard. You see what I'm saying?
But that sounds like a burst pipe to me.
Yeah.
No, it
Are
wouldn't be.
you sure they didn't lay the pipe for the sprinkler system and they just didn't put any nozzles on or whatever, and they're not capped?
That's very possible.
That's what it is. How much are nozzles, would you say?
Our house came with, I live in the South, obviously, so, like, every house down here has sprinkler systems put in when the house is built, usually, so I don't really know how much it costs to build, but if you find and this is the hard part,
right,
a decent sprinkler guy that will, come out on the side and help you out, you might be able to do it for less, but if you go through, like, a big company, probably where you live, you're gonna get raped, basically.
The most I would do is hit up the Home Depot, pick up some guys in the parking lot, and just try to use that Beto O'Rourke Spanish to explain to them what I need done.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
you can do it yourself. I mean, there's YouTube videos on how to do it, but you are a handyman, so I would go for it.
I'm a handyman now. Maybe I'll do it myself. Jim, would you like it if I tried to install a sprinkler system by myself?
Yes, and then went outside with something plugged in and stepped in the water.
We were talking about comedians and what you guys go through.
White tires. That's what I'm thinking of.
I mean, it's what a putz.
Yep.
What a foolish person
Assholes.
you're gonna look like.
All right, God, sorry.
I hope it's permanent.
It drives me crazy how stupid they are.
You think
how much paint are on the tires that it's like a problem?
I drove over
many paint.
Many paints.
Fucking, the white stuff they paint. You can't avoid it. They put cones down, make you go around, and they paint it across the street already. And there's nothing blocking you from going. You're just driving.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of paint on your tires.
It looks foolish. It looks stupid. It does look very stupid.
Are you saying he looks like a putz?
It looks like a total putz. You know what he looks like driving around with a black car with white paint on the tires?
An asshole.
A true nudnik. Just a real nudnik.
Old Jimmy Nudnik.
Yeah.
You went over the long part of the line, right? So there's probably paint on the whole tire, right?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. It's just the ones for crosswalks, so there's a long...
Oh, yeah. You got them on all four.
Oh, yeah. Probably all four tires.
Let's hope.
Yeah, that's a real putz move.
So comedians, sorry.
Right. So comedians. I don't know if you know this, but a good friend of yours was on The Tonight Show. The Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show last night.
Yes.
The newly married Colin Quinn.
Yes.
Did you hear about this?
I just was on Twitter and I saw it today.
Have you watched it? Any of it?
No.
Okay. Well, he was on, I thought, if anybody is going to understand, what Colin's going through, I thought it would be you. Because, the thing about comedians doing shows like Fallon and whatnot is you have to figure out, when you're on the couch, he's not doing stand-up. So you have to figure out, okay, you got to come to the couch with material, right? You got to come to the couch with some jokes.
Yep.
You got to promote the special, but it's a real delicate balance, right?
Sure.
So Colin was on promoting, last night, he was promoting Red State, Blue State, the CNN special.
It's called, it is Red State, Blue, you're right.
Okay. Yeah, so it's on CNN On Demand now, and I guess it's coming to Netflix in the future. But Colin was explaining to Jimmy what the special was.
He looks good.
He looks great.
Colin looks really good.
Come on, he's a married man. He's Hollywood. He's in shape.
I saw him last night, too, and he did not indicate anything wrong happened.
We probably didn't want you to know.
His dumb open shirt is upsetting.
Well, that's what I mean. This is showbiz.
Yeah.
This is showbiz. And he figured he'd come on and he'd promote his special like a true showbiz guy. And I don't see, it's Colin. How could anything go wrong, right? How could the true nature of Colin Quinn, a non-showbiz boob, how could that be shown through just a promotion, right? Let's find. He's been doing this for how many years?
Many years.
Okay.
35. 30.
So he's an old pro.
Yep.
Okay, this is going back to...
By the way, did you see him smash Voss on Twitter?
No.
Over the article? We all had to give quotes for Colin's article in Forbes. And Voss gave some quotes. Did you see that, Travis?
I did.
Colin mocked Voss for bombing in the article.
Did he? Yeah. So it's a Forbes article about Colin Quinn?
Yes.
And it's all you guys gave quotes?
Yeah, myself, Mark Norman, Voss, I guess a couple other people.
And Voss bombed.
He said Voss was trying too hard to be funny and he bombed in the article. It was very funny.
Well, I hope Rich was watching The Tonight Show last night. Here is Colin Quinn leading into a clip with Jimmy Fallon.
What's going on here?
I can't hear it. How come you don't want me to hear it?
Troy, don't you want us to hear the clip?
I don't hear it.
Troy, I can't hear it.
You have to go back.
See? You know what happened? I'll tell you, Jim, what happened. And this is a common occurrence. Little operator error.
Oh, you're right. That was, but
a unique situation of operator error.
But what kind of asshole turns this volume down?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you were the one operating it with the volume down, so I guess I could answer that question.
My apologies. Here we go.
No, that's okay. Little operator error never hurt anybody.
No.
Red State, Blue State.
Yes.
It's on CNN On Demand now.
Yes.
So you can get it right now.
I'm political.
No, I'm political as well.
All right.
And then this summer,
Yes.
it would be on Netflix.
Yes.
When on?
You never know on Netflix. They're too cool. They don't have to give their date anymore.
Are you
They're like,
serious?
we're not like networks. You just find, you know you're going to be looking. You'll find it, you know. Unbelievable.
Wow.
They think they're who they are, as we used to say.
But basically, what everyone can see
He's
is
doing great,
just,
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, he's doing great. He's confident. He's comfortable. I was really enjoying this.
take on politics and the state of the world and Republicans, Democrats, and
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really about how the country's going to break up and how I'm scared we're going to have a civil war because, for a lot of reasons. But one of them, you don't want to see a civil war in this country. You don't want to see fat refugees. It'll be the first time in history you see fat refugees. Just refugees in flip-flops and jorts and Dunder Mifflin T-shirts.
which is available at the NBC store right now tonight if you want to go down. Perfect. It's a perfect commercial.
Oh, God.
Why? I do want to show a clip of your special. This is on CNN On Demand now, or if you want to be cool this summer, put your shades on and wait for Netflix to tell you when it's on.
Wait for it to drop.
Colin Quinn in Colin Quinn, Red State, Blue State. Take a look at this.
And now we're at risk of a civil war. And you don't want to see a civil war in this country. This country's not built.
Jim, for those listening at home, what is about to happen? You seem to know something based on your experience. What's about to happen, Jim?
No. Right now, they're showing him doing the stand-up. I wish they were showing him on the seat, crawling into his jacket.
Now, do you think it'll be similar or exact?
Oh, I hope it's exact. I think it'll be similar. I hope it's exact.
Rewind just a little bit, Troy. We don't want to lose any of the goodness.
In Colin Quinn, Red State, Blue State. Take a look at this.
And now we're at risk of a civil war. And you don't want to see a civil war in this country. This country's not built for another civil war. It's going to be the first time in history that you see fat
Oh, no.
Didn't he just mention? So let's recap what we heard from the couch. We don't want a civil war in this country.
The first time you ever see fat refugees and flip-flops and jorts and Dunder Mifflin T-shirts.
Okay.
refugees. That's not going to be a good look. Refugees in jorts and flip-flops and Dunder Mifflin T-shirts.
Oh, my God. It just totally broke the thing that you're doing on the couch. When you're doing a joke on the couch, it's part of, you work in material. They know you're doing it. It's what you do.
But like the audience at home doesn't.
They don't know that.
Of course.
There's an understanding that you're doing material between you and the host, but the audience thinks you're just being casual.
Yes.
But
it's the same thing that's in the clip.
Exactly the same.
And I thought, when I'm watching this, I go, okay, because we saw it live, and I knew it was material from the special, but I go, he must have just thrown the Dunder Mifflin T-shirt, because he sounded like when he was on the couch, it was off the cuff.
Very, very, very casual.
And he was just saying it because they're on NBC, The Office, Dunder Mifflin. I thought it was a reference specifically for the Tonight Show audience. And then he played the clip. He actually did the Dunder Mifflin thing in the clip that he just did.
Of all the fucking things he could have pulled from his hour to say to Fallon, they happen to have that one queued up and ready to go.
Isn't that amazing?
I couldn't be happier.
Oh.
Please, can we see when he comes back?
Yep.
You want to finish this one out?
Oh, do I?
Pulling coolers towards the Canadian border. It's going to look like a giant cattle drive. There's nothing glamorous 50 years from now. Kids are in history class reading about the Battle of Six Flags. The Siege of Dave and Buster's.
so funny.
So as that clip is playing, give me your insight. What is going on the couch in the studio?
He's probably smiling and like he's masking his desire to pick up a gun and kill everyone. He is masking the rage that has to be washing, because it's basically like all of a sudden, if you're taking it, like say your dick won't get hard, you're taking a Viagra, and then you walk in and your girlfriend doesn't, and all of a sudden your dick works, and she's like, oh my God. That's like taking a Viagra and fluffing your dick and then realize you've been doing it into a one-way mirror and she's watching you the whole time. That's what that's like. There's something has been exposed. We know it's part of it, but then you're like, oh, it's just that you've been exposed as doing material when it was supposed to be casual.
Yeah.
Every comic does material on panel. Every single comedian.
Plus, then it feels like, so this Red State, Blue State is like this brilliant hour of comedy. Like everybody goes out of that special going like, oh my God,
I didn't go for it. I didn't like it. Too divisive.
Okay, well you're right. You're right. And also, politics and comedy, they shouldn't mix.
Right.
Is the only
Absolutely.
thing.
Politics are not to be joked about.
Right.
Serious business.
Exactly. And it's a secret.
But the fucking,
I mean, it makes it seem like he is just as unoriginal as it gets, that there is nothing in this special because the only joke he had to repeat on the Tonight Show couch.
It makes it seem like he's just he's just going to do his act on panel. What I would love to see is the footage of him and Jimmy while this is playing.
Yeah.
I wish that existed, because he's probably smiling and he probably covers his face. I mean, the audience knows what's happening.
Yeah, it's word for word.
Oh.
Like, you can't even sneak it by. Even if you're half paying attention, you're going, wait, isn't that the exact thing I just heard?
I wish I walked in at the table last night. It was Colin and Keith and Joe List. And I'm trying to remember what they were talking. They were talking about something. I don't know if it was this or not. I caught the end of a conversation. I'm trying to remember. I'm wondering if they were discussing this.
Oh.
I wish I would have known, but you can bet I know for the next time I see him.
But for the most part, the code of comics is they'll probably be respectful and maybe not mention this.
It's so great.
Colin wouldn't want his foibles being brought up at the table.
It's just perfect. They play the same joke he just did.
All these years in the business, so much respect, so much goodwill for Colin Quinn, and it's just, this is what happens.
Well, I would always, you try to at least know what they have queued up.
Right.
Like, you try to know what joke they're going to play. Like, I mean, I've been there where they play jokes before, and it's embarrassing. You never want to sit there while your joke is being played. It's embarrassing.
I mean, I wonder if Colin even planned on doing a joke, because it sounded like Jimmy was like, oh, you're talking about politics, right? And maybe Colin thought he was just going to go right into the clip, but he didn't really think that Jimmy fully explained it, so he wanted to add a little joke to it, and that's the first thing that came into his head. Maybe?
I don't know. Or that's probably the one he does on panels or in those moments, because it's a good one to do. It's got a couple of tags to it.
Do you think he knew that the clip they had was the exact same joke, word for word?
Not until he saw it and he heard it, because there's going to be, and he was probably like, oh, you motherfucker. And here's the best part. He knows where it's going.
Yeah.
Because the audience doesn't know, so they're like, oh, this has got to be a different take than we just saw. He couldn't be stupid enough to have just done the joke that we're about to see.
He's sitting there going, Dunder Mifflin shirt is coming. Oh, no, Dunder Mifflin shirt is coming. I just said Dunder Mifflin shirt, and it's because he acted. He went like this on the couch. He goes like wearing Dunder Mifflin shirts. And then they played a clip, and it's like, you didn't just think of that.
And the best thing is, the audience thinks he meant to do that. Unless he told them, which I'm sure he did. But while it's happening, they think he meant to do that.
Oh, there's a big bit coming after this. Like, this is a goof.
No, they think that he did it on purpose and then wants them to see it here. They think that he's such an ass that he did it live and then showed them on video. They think he brought that clip.
He's just so proud of this joke.
Yes, they think Colin brought that clip.
Of course, that's what the average person thinks. That you show up, it's Colin Quinn, he shows up, he's got a tape. Here's the clip I want you to play. And here we go.
Please let me see the rest of this. I can watch this. I hope there's 45 more minutes.
They decided a merciful 35 seconds.
Okay.
When they come back from the clip, and it's the two of them in studio. And I mean, you talk about Jimmy Fallon trying to be nice guy, damage control guy. He's just trying to, we're all still having fun.
All right.
And just look, Colin doesn't say much. which if Colin's not saying much, there's a lot going on in his head.
All right, let me just see Colin's dumb face when they come back.
He's trying, so he's making
and
his
the
face
audience clapped in there. Colin's.
He knows.
Oh,
he's trying to be charming about it because what are you going to do?
That's funny though.
This is the part where he hides his face in his hand.
Oh, he did. He did. Oh, he does do it.
Yeah.
I bet he was probably. I'm surprised he wasn't. Oh, during the clip, maybe the light. I don't know if the lights were out or no. They just showed it on the monitors.
Dude, you just said that exact bit when you were here. Why? Why did we even have a clip? Why would we even have a clip? Why would we even have a clip? You were doing the same bit. You just did that bit here. Why did we have to watch it? Make us watch it twice. People at home were like,
Wait, pause. You think he's embarrassed?
It's absolute humiliation. But Jimmy is a comic. He knows.
He gets
no
it.
one planned it. That was just the one they had queued up.
Jimmy knows exactly what happened.
And you think this is the problem though with something as automatic as TV.
Mm-hmm.
You think that there would have been a way for somebody to let him know, or just not play the clip and say we're having a technical issue. Just keep talking and then let Colin talk for a few more minutes and then tell him we had the same joke queued up and we didn't play it.
Well, they could have.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not live TV. They could have paused for a minute.
Right. And I'm sure Fallon has an earpiece in. I'm sure there's a producer that is able to talk to Fallon. We have that technology. But maybe they also thought to themselves, all right, if this asshole wants to do the same joke,
this is what he wants to do.
We're going to play. We got our clip.
That is goddamn funny.
If Jimmy throws to a clip, it's the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. His name's on the marquee. If he throws to a clip, we're playing the clip. Colin can do whatever he wants on that couch. The buffoon. The buffoon can do whatever he wants on the couch.
I'll say this. This is funnier. The fact that they played the same clip. I don't think that's ever been done in television history. That the exact same joke has been played after you said it.
I mean, I'll tell you, we would not. We all love Colin so much.
Oh, this makes me happy.
We would not be playing clips of his Tonight Show appearance if he had not bumbled it bad, this bad.
And that's not even. That's the fault of the producers for playing it. Yeah,
it's the most bad luck you could have. That's all it is.
Terrible. But it's more annoying that they would hear him say that and then know what they had queued up and play it anyway.
Fuck it. Let's play it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
His choice. Fuck it.
He did it.
You want a plug?
Yeah. That's when you know, and we all need to know this going forward. When you're on one of these late night shows,
check what they're going to play.
You don't have any friends.
You have to.
You're in that production truck watching this. You don't have any friends.
You just check, and you have to know what they're going to play. Because I've had special clips played, and I always hated it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know what they're going to play.
Right.
What else do they say? Please let there be more.
it's a friggin' rerun! It's the worst. Hey, that's an
Oh wait, hit pause.
show.
Last night was live. God bless Jimmy Fallon. Last night was live because of the debate. They did the debate, and then a big deal was, and you can rewind this a little bit, Troy, when we go back to it. They did the debate. The debate ended at 11 last night. And
so wait, he hadn't done this by the time No.
It was live last night.
Yeah, it was live.
They were running commercials for it and everything. We're doing the Tonight Show live. They referenced the debate in the interview with Colin.
Yeah, because I think Colbert was live.
Colbert was live too. Yeah, it wasn't live to tape. Last night was live.
Oh, because I saw Colin last night eating fucking. He had a giant thing of wings in a napkin.
I'm glad he's treating his heart well.
And this was a giant thing of wings. And this was at about. Okay, it was 8 o'clock.
Okay, so he still had 3 hours before.
Okay, so he might have went over after.
I'm sure he did, because this isn't, it's you jump in a cab or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, no, this was live, so there was nothing they could do. And they never do the Tonight Show live.
No, very, very rarely. I can't think of a time they have.
The only reason they did it was so they could stay topical because of the debate.
Right.
And so the monologue would make sense.
Sure.
And so, Colin is up on things, so they could reference the debate with Colin.
That's why they had Colin. Can we go back a few? I didn't know that. That makes me even happier.
Yep.
But that also, by the way, pulls the Tonight. That makes it not as bad.
Yes, because they couldn't.
There's nothing they could do.
Yeah, they were live, and they're also. As much as they're used to moving parts, they're not necessarily used to a live show.
Right. They used to. I guarantee you they would have done something or replayed another clip.
Yeah. And even, they could have even redone it and then released them doing the same thing as a viral clip if they wanted to, an outtake or whatever. But yeah, they were live because of the debate, and Colin knew it. Oh, that means Colin's sitting there.
He knows it.
And he's watching the clip, and he realizes that it's live.
There's nothing they can
Oh, fuck. So it's when they come back to the couch, it's actually, 11:50 at night, whatever time it was. It happened.
It happened.
Once it happened, and he's watching it happen, it's happening for the
do.
world.
It's happening for the world. Oh, please let me see
And
this
his
when he
friends
realizes
are all
it's
going to
live.
tease him.
Oh,
So you didn't miss
Okay.
talking to him about it at the club,
Right, they
Because
were-
it hadn't happened yet.
okay, yeah. I remember I walked in, and they were talking about something. I had just done chip, and I was standing there, and Colin was yelling at me to stop standing. I was standing at the table, and I kept eating potato chips over Keith, and he got very annoyed. But they had been talking about something before I got there.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, did I miss this?" Or it was obviously
No,
something
you
else.
did
Okay.
not. No, tonight's the big night
Okay.
to dissect this. If you want to go down there.
Why do we even have a clip? Why would we even have a clip? Why would we even have a clip? You were doing the
Jimmy's
same
right
thing.
about that. You
Yes,
don't
he
need.
is.
I
You
mean,
don't
there's
need a clip.
Why would you? If you're going to tell the joke before the clip? Why waste time playing the clip?
The
He's right
live
about
Tonight
that.
Show after the debates, the big viewing audience.
You know why it's so big? You know what channel the debates were on?
NBC.
Yeah. I was literally watching the debates on Channel 4.
Promoting a CNN special.
Of course, if I wasn't going to bed to wake up, I went to bed right after the debates at 11. But I promise you, if I just had a regular job and I were watching the debates, which a lot of people did, I'm 100% sticking around for the Tonight Show because I want to see what the take is. I want to see the first take on what I just watched.
Right.
I know Fallon's going to have a take, and even if that's a little middle of the road, I know Colin Quinn is showing up.
You have a great take.
He's always interesting. I'd like to see what's going on. Well, he's not always interesting. He's usually interesting, except when he's, revving up a clip by doing the jokes in the clip.
Please let me watch it again. They're just from this point on where they talk about it being live. I didn't realize it was live.
It was live.
You just did that bit here. Why did we have to watch it? Make us watch it twice. We went home. We're like, it's a friggin' rerun.
Hey, that's what happens in a live show.
That's what happened to the last show. It should have been a pajama party. Colin Quinn, everybody.
Oh, that's so great.
His voice is cracking. He's embarrassed because he remembers. It's like it's live. Why did this?
Sure.
Any other night of the week, if I had done the Tonight
They
Show,
would have probably said we have to get another clip.
because they do it at like 5:30. They got so much time,
Plenty of time.
but
They
not
could've-
on debate night.
They could have taken 1 minute and just showed another clip.
There's literally commercials while the debate was on. It said Colin Quinn is going to be on the Tonight Show after the
really?
debate. Yes. Yes, I
And they
watched the
play
debate
same clip
on
twice.
NBC. It said, stay tuned after the debate. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Colin Quinn comes on. And then you watch Colin Quinn, and he's doing his jokes from his clips on the couch.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? As it's playing, he's like, "You stupid fucking cunt." I'm so happy that happened.
And who is he mad at? Is he mad at the Tonight Show? Is he mad at himself? Is he just mad in
He's
general?
not mad at himself because it's not his fault. Like he really
didn't know.
He didn't know. You're really not really mad at anybody because it just
And there's nothing we could have done about it.
it couldn't be helped. What can be in a live show? They have to play the clip that they had queued up, and maybe you're doing it for a reason. They don't fucking know.
It's funny to reference that scene, and there's nothing we could do about it because
Nothing could be done. Yeah.
because he's literally Colin Quinn probably made the Joe Pesci face when the clip started. He goes, "Oh no!" and then boom.
Whoever told you that you could work with men?
He must have been so irritated.
Colin did. He thought he was getting made. And as soon as they put that clip on, he opened the door and saw an empty room and realized what was. Oh no! But it's too late.
Yep. Then Colin's just laying on the floor in a room full of empty chairs. The chairs that are stacked up in the corners, heads bleeding.
Yep.
You don't have to approve these clips before they post them?
You do. Oh, not
Before they
post.
post
but-
it.
I'm sorry, play them on the show.
No, they just pull something from the special. Again, it's CNN, so none of it's dirty.
And it's your special.
you
think
can
you would approve
approve
the
it.
whole 60 minutes.
Yeah, you can approve it. And you can say, let me see what they do. And I know we would always look at what they were going to play. We would choose what to give them. Because a lot of times they'll say, is the one you want us to play. But he probably wants, whatever you want.
Or he had his
You know,
person do it and they didn't tell him or whatever.
And they
He just
didn't tell him.
And
Or
he
they played a different clip.
He reacted like De Niro in the phone booth. Just slamming the phone down.
Hold on.
Are you texting him?
You bet I am.
I've been trying to get a hold of him.
Yeah, let's try to get a hold of him. Let's see how he's doing. I know he was up late last night. He was on the Tonight Show making a fool of himself.
Hey, Travis, can you call Colin?
I'm having Roland do it. I mean, I don't have his number, so.
Does Roland have it?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't have to text him.
Yeah, Roland's taking.
well, you could if you If you give somebody his phone number, we could call him from that room right there if he just picks up right away.
Well, yeah, I thought that's where he's calling from.
No, Roland's not in there.
Roland? No. Roland's,
We'd hear him giggling and mumbling.
Yeah, Roland's getting in touch with Colin, or attempting to.
Yeah, I try to get in touch.
All right, I'll give you it here.
Don't keep this for your own records, Travis.
I'm going to write it down everywhere.
No, don't do that.
212.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
And he's sitting there and tell him, like, I'm sorry if we're waking you up. We know that you were up late last night on the Tonight Show because we saw you looking like a boob.
Yeah, sorry to wake you. Colin's up pretty early, though.
Yeah, but sometimes he stays up late on TV being a repetitive ass.
Yeah, sure does. Wow. That makes me... That's
one of those
I know that the
nightmares.
second he sees the first word, the refugee, he's like, oh, no.
That's one of those nightmares that you're kind of irrationally afraid of happening because you know would never happen.
That's
like,
a cop shooting and the bullet doesn't come out. It just falls on the floor.
Yeah. The odds of that happening are so minuscule.
It's never happened
You're
before.
talking about 10 seconds of a 60-minute special. You know, how could we both be on the same track like that? Especially Dunder Mifflin shirt. Can we go back to the original clip? Because now that we know, I'd like to hear Colin kind of just on the fly coming up with his Dunder Mifflin
Being casual,
line.
sure.
Yeah, just kind of going like a Dunder Mifflin shirt, I guess. And Jimmy Fallon's like, oh, what'd you just think of that? Here's a clip of you saying that. And by the way, anybody that knows specials knows that they're performed dozens and dozens and dozens of times before they're filmed.
Absolutely.
Which means he's said that Dunder Mifflin joke.
100 times.
100? You think?
100.
You think he said Dunder Mifflin casually like that 100 times?
100 times. Yeah. Sure, more.
More than 100?
More than 100.
Oh, wow.
State Blue State.
So this is
It's
now,
on C-
and this is gonna, because we're audio only, you know. So this is gonna confuse the audience very much. This version of the joke, because it's so similar, word for word, it's exactly the same. This version of the joke is when Colin is sitting on the couch on the Tonight Show, not when he's playing a clip of him doing the same joke.
I'm not doing stand-up, Colin. This is, hey, I'm just casually chatting with my pal Jimmy. Let's see what flies out.
This gives people the message, oh man, in real life, Colin is just like he is on stage. Really? Yeah, he says all the exact same stuff.
Yeah, but this is just like, yeah, let me be casually funny. I won't do any material here. I'll just fire out things I'm thinking of as I go along conversationally.
That's right.
And boy, was that illusion shattered. Let me enjoy the beginning. Knowing
You'd like to see it again?
Because he has no idea what's coming.
Right. This is JFK just enjoying a nice ride in a convertible.
Yep.
Look at me. I get to sit on the back of this car because there's no roof. Dallas has great weather.
That's JFK saying, I love a cool breeze in my hair, with having no idea how much of a cool breeze he's about to enjoy.
Yeah. This is JFK going, Jackie O, it doesn't get much better than this.
Doesn't get much better.
And then Jackie O saying, man, I'm glad there's no stains on this dress.
Yeah, or her going, wow, your hair looks great.
Blue State.
Yes.
It's on CNN On Demand now.
Yes.
So you can get it right now.
I'm political.
No, I'm political as well.
All right.
And then this summer,
Yes.
it would be on Netflix.
Yes.
When on?
You never know on Netflix. They're too cool. They don't have to give their date anymore.
Are you
They're like,
serious?
we're not like networks. You just find, you know you're going to be looking. You'll find it, you know. Unbelievable.
Wow.
They think they're who they are, as we used to say.
But basically, what everyone can see.
Wouldn't it
is
have been
just,
great if he had stopped right there?
Yep.
And play the clip.
It would have been better if he just sat there and sipped his water without a word. And then waited for the clip.
your take on politics and the state of the world and Republicans, Democrats, and
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really about how the country's going to break up and how I'm scared we're going to have a civil war because for a lot of reasons. But one of them, you don't want to see a civil war in this country. You don't want to see fat refugees. It'll be the first time in history you see fat refugees. Just refugees in flip-flops and jorts and Dunder Mifflin T-shirts.
Oh, he really reached for that. He wasn't sure what he was going to say next.
No, he just thinking
Yes, he
of it.
was.
He stuttered a little bit because it was just like a new original thought in his head. Not anything he would have said over 100 times on stage.
The only thing that would have made me happier is the clip, if the clip of his stand-up had showed him saying the siege of Dave and Buster's. Just such a funny line.
Pete in Indiana has actually a pretty good idea. What's up, Pete?
Hey, morning, guys.
Hello.
You know what you need to do is get one of your interns to pull the audio from the couch and the special and start playing them and see if he's got the beats down even to where the pause between the Dunder Mifflin shirt and see how much it matches up to see if he even did it the same way on the couch. In other words, it was all like second nature for him to say it that way.
Travis, could you see if one of the guys could take...
I'm just going to do it right here.
See if you could take the audio of both feeds and play them one over the other. And I want to see if it comes out like stereo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to cue those jokers up.
Yeah, put one in the left channel and one in the right channel. And see, I bet it'll come out just like stereo. It's great.
I wish there was a camera shot of him and Jimmy while that was playing. Because inside he's like, motherfucker.
I mean...
Nothing you can do.
Nothing.
You're in. You're going downhill and you can't stop until you reach the bottom. That's it. There's no way to fucking stop it.
He just comes on and he goes like, fat refugees, and he's going, oh.
The second
why would I?
He saw Civil War. The first nanosecond he knew exactly what was about to happen.
He did,
and he's probably like, they're going to stop it.
Yeah, because they're going to know, and then they. No, we're gonna play it as it lies.
And the crowd politely clapped. He probably would have been happier if the crowd just stared at him, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But the fact that they clapped is probably even worse.
Yeah, because he knows that they're being sympathetic
to
him.
It's like your aunts and uncles in the living room.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Colin.
It's all right.
And he doesn't want that.
No, he doesn't.
He's got integrity, this Colin Quinn.
Apparently not. He's doing the same stuff
That's true. He's got two jokes.
Back to back.
Yeah. He's got a lot more integrity than he's got material.
That's right.
That's for sure.
One joke for the panel, same joke as the TV.
He spent all this time painstakingly writing a brilliant special trying to define the division in the country without being overly political, and it all boils down to just repeating the same joke.
The fact that that's the one they pull out of the whole hour.
Oh, Dunder Mifflin t-shirt. You didn't just think of it.
I know.
You had that in...
And Fallon didn't know it was coming.
No, he didn't. You had that one in the chamber.
He joked them live.
He did.
About the NBC.
Oh, and you just thought... Because earlier in the segment, and I thought that was a live moment too until I saw the clip. I realized it was also choreographed. But earlier in the segment, Colin was making fun of Jimmy for having all his tchotchkes in the NBC store. He's making fun of Jimmy for all the merch he has in the NBC store. So,
it was a callback.
So, yeah, and I thought he brought up Dunder Mifflin to set up Jimmy for a callback.
Did people enjoy him teasing him about his tchotchkes?
Yeah, it was cute. It was fun. It was good-natured. Nobody realized that he was going to set up his clip with the same joke in the clip.
Oh.
Nobody realized he was a doddering fool.
This is like one of those shows you see, one of those specials where 5 seconds before the disaster. This is like Chernobyl. This is like in Chernobyl when they go back and they show 12 hours before the meltdown.
Right.
1 hour before the meltdown.
And you realize if somebody had just flipped that switch or been paying attention to that or just not run that test, everything would have been fine.
Right now, Colin just hit AZ5 and nothing happened.
Yeah.
The reactor blew up anyway.
This was one of the great disasters in comedy, and it was so preventable.
He hit AZ5, and there was something that could have been prevented that he was not warned about.
Right. This was a disaster.
But that's every comic's fucking worst nightmare, to do a bit and have it played after.
I bet there is well, first of all, do you think word of this appearance will travel throughout the industry?
I think so, and I think in a way it's funnier that this happened, because otherwise it would just be Colin had a funny appearance, but this is something that you want to see because it's just
oh my god, yeah, this in comedy. But I would
the same clip. Come on,
I would imagine that going forward, no comedians will go on any of these shows anymore without knowing what the clip is.
You'll have to know what they're going to play,
because you know what they'll say. I don't want to pull a CQ.
Yeah, I don't want the CQ. I don't want to get the CQ treatment.
Yeah, I don't want to pull a Quinn. Is what they'll say. That's what this is being known as, a Quinn.
Wow, that sucks.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great?
Oh, fuck, man.
You know, I really thought we were going to come on this morning and start the show with some debate chatter. And then I saw what happened after the debate. I said, on a global level, nothing is more important than this.
Nothing is more important. I didn't even see the debates because, again, I was at the cellar, and then I met a friend.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. All you need to know is what happened with Colin Quinn on the Tonight Show.
The only thing that would have made me happier is if I went with him. I wish I was there.
Can you imagine sitting in the green room and watching on the monitor? And then the first thing, because you wouldn't be so conscious of what time it was, the first thing that would click in your mind is, oh, they'll probably redo this. And then immediately you'd go,
It's live.
yes, it's live. Would you be happy?
I can't. Happier than if I was on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
I'd be happier that Colin did it and had this happen.
Somebody knew. Somebody knew what the clip was. There was somebody there that knew that Colin was leading into his clip with his own joke.
Hey, it's Colin 2 times Dunder Mifflin, Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin, Dunder Mifflin.
And that's not Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin. You think of all the material that Colin wanted to expose him. It was his Dunder Mifflin joke.
It's just such a funny... It's a funny reference. It sounds off the cuff. He's good at delivering things that sound off the cuff.
Yeah, but then he exposes that it's not off the cuff at all.
And that's what you don't want people to see. Plus, they don't laugh at the same joke twice in a row.
No, of course not.
With a 5-second break.
And then he's trying to promote the special. He's trying to get people to watch the special. Everybody that watches this that goes, you know what, I'm going to watch the special, they're going to get to the Dunder Mifflin joke and go, oh, that's now the third time I've heard that joke. That's the joke that he won't stop telling.
He just won't stop.
He's so proud of his Dunder Mifflin poll.
On Twitter, Colin said, tonight, Fallon sabotaged me deliberately. Ran a clip of a joke I did right after I said it. I looked like a robotic fool. If there's any good lawyers out there, please contact me.
I like that.
A robotic fool.
He's jumping on the defense immediately. He knows. He knows
control.
Yeah, he knows this isn't going to be one of those things that his friends are going to forget. This is what you get for having mean friends. You know, you're Colin Quinn, and you make the choice to hang out with the Rich Vosses and the Jim Nortons and the Keith Robinsons and the Bob Kellys of the world. What do you think is going to happen to you when something like this happens?
I mean, he knows.
He knows.
But there's nothing, I mean, it's almost...
But he probably also, I mean, knowing Colin, he doesn't want friends that are going to tell him, oh, that wasn't so bad, it's okay.
No, it was awful.
He wants people around him telling him what a disaster he is.
Go to his Twitter. There's another clip they put up of the Tonight Show. He retweeted it.
Well, he had some, I watched him on the Tonight Show, and he was funny talking about the debate. That was the first clip that I watched. Just him talking about the debate. Yeah, that's the clip that I watched. Him talking about the Democratic debate.
Can we see that? It's probably 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds, and it was really funny. And I was like, oh, Colin did well on the Tonight Show. Then I did a little deeper diving, and I found out that this is not what it appears to be. Colin, by posting his take on the Democratic debate, he's burying the lead.
Yes. Let me see this.
I feel bad for the candidates that the guys on the side that no one's going to notice. Yeah. They should pull, if I was their strategist for tomorrow night, you want to go in so people remember you. Nobody's going to remember who's that guy, what state's he from again. Wear a tracksuit or something.
You think
everybody's wearing the same suit and tie. I like the guy with the tracksuit. I like the guy with a
you think someone should
neck
be
tattoo or something.
A neck tattoo, really? That's just get the people to remember you.
Smoke.
Smoke? What are you talking about?
Because everyone's like, oh, the guy that smokes.
I like the guy that smokes.
He's a rebel. Everybody else is talking rebellious. You're sitting with a cigarette yeah, that's your policy? All right.
See, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. And I go, oh, I guess Colin did a great job on the Tonight Show. Maybe I'll watch it later. Maybe I'll watch it when I get home. And then I start reading a little more on Twitter and people saying, no, there was a Chernobyl level disaster on that show last night that you should really take a look at, Sam.
I look like a robotic fool. I look like a robot. Oh my God! That just brought me such joy.
Jay in South Carolina has
amazing idea.
He's got a pretty good idea. What's up, Jay?
Hey, Jimmy, why don't you swing by the store and pick yourself up a Dunder Mifflin shirt to wear to the club tonight?
Dude, that's such a... If I was going to be at the cellar tonight, I would absolutely wear a Dunder Mifflin shirt. Especially since we were talking about The Office yesterday.
I feel like this may have sold you on The American Office because
I'm going to buy the fucking box set.
I mean, think about how much you'll enjoy The American Office now. Every single time that they mention that they work at Dunder Mifflin, you'll think back and reflect about the bad position your friend Colin put himself in.
God, I'm so happy.
Isn't it great?
Yep.
Did you guys try to match that up, Travis?
Rob's doing it right now. There's something going on with my computer.
Operator error.
No, it's recording the board feed instead of.
Well, how come you're not enjoying yourself? Get it?
No, I got it. Yeah,
Little joke.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So Rob's taking care.
Yeah, he
He got it.
it's not good enough.
No, it's not that good. Although, isn't there? I don't want to say who it was, but the real reaction after Colin. After
they came back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot?
It's supposed to be promoted, Colin. There's more than one joke on the special. Mike in New York.
Hey guys.
Hey man.
Hello.
When movie stars are on, they explain what the clip is going to be before it gets played.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that there's probably a lot more control and there's a lot more hands-on and everything. Like when a movie star comes on, they're not exactly promoting their own project. They're, part of their deal is that because they're the star, they have to go and promote this project. That's really the studio's project. And they say, here's what we want you to push. I'm imagining when it's Colin's own special, he goes like, well, yeah, just send him a clip. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I'd love to have him on today. I'm going to text him.
Travis did. Thank you, buddy. Travis did. I mean, you're right, Mike, though. It would be a lot smarter to know what clip you're going to play on the Tonight Show. Travis left him a voicemail.
Oh, okay.
Travis,
Roland texted him too.
And you guys let him know that any appearance on today's show would all be good-natured. Okay.
I don't think he needs to be told that. He doesn't care.
No, I mean, like, we probably wouldn't even bring this up.
Yeah.
This is we don't want to bring up the negative stuff.
And I said, until 10 o'clock. I mean, it doesn't have to be right this second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, if we found out that he couldn't call in until 11, we would stay.
Yeah, we would stay. Hey, Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
You think Colin 2 times you wanted to...
Hey, Dunder Mifflin.
It's so funny.
Colin 2 times.
It's so funny. Oh, I don't want to move on completely until we know if...
it's so great.
Rob is going to give us the stereo version of Colin Quinn's appearance on the Tonight Show last night. Oh,
I can't think of a worse thing happening.
And you're
better off just having the joke bomb.
The real shame is, it's a great joke. It's
so good. You want to hear it twice?
The joke's so nice, I said it twice.
And Fallon knew. I mean, he understands.
He did. Of course, he gets it. He's done all forms of comedy. He understands exactly what happened, and he's probably thinking to himself, "Oh my God, in the history of the Tonight Show, this has never happened
in
before.
The history of all television shows."
Do you think if it wasn't live, Colin would have wanted it edited?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or they would have replayed another clip.
Yeah, I think that I don't even know if Colin would have had to say, "Can you please edit that?" I think they would have just done it. I think they would have known, like, this looks horrible. We gotta not do this to you.
Maybe played another clip. Well, they might have paused it and told Jimmy, look, it's the same joke. We're going to cue up another joke. Keep talking.
Right, like in his earpiece, like, yeah. Just sit tight. We're going to edit this part out. We have a second clip we have a backup clip that we're going to play. Or we're going to find a backup clip real quick. But unfortunately, it was live. They had to come in hot after the debates. And Colin Quinn decided he wanted to use his A material, and unfortunately his A material is also in the clip. So he ended up he did come off
because he has an hour of funny material from that special. He could have done any joke.
He did the Dunder Mifflin stuff.
He could have done any joke.
Dunder Mifflin shirt.
Dunder Mifflin. It's like I'm not sure what I'm going to say next.
Let's hear him coming up with Dunder Mifflin again.
I'm going to back it up so you hear everything in context.
Just not a couple, just that line.
There you go.
Politics and the state of the world and Republicans, Democrats, and...
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really about how the country's going to break up and how I'm scared we're going to have a civil war because for a lot of reasons. But one of them, you don't want to see a civil war in this country. You don't want to see fat refugees. It'll be the first time in history you see fat refugees. Just refugees in flip-flops and jorts and Dunder Mifflin T-shirts.
Which is available at the NBC store right now tonight if you want to go down. Perfect. It's a perfect commercial.
Oh, God. Why?
I do want to show a clip of your special. This is on CNN On Demand now, or if you want to be cool this summer, put your shades on and wait for Netflix to tell you when it's on.
Here's a drop.
Colin Quinn in Colin Quinn, red state, blue state. Take a look at this.
And now
Okay.
we're at risk of a civil war.
I was trying to see Colin's face, but they didn't show it as this started.
Oh, right. I'd like to see where the clip picks up.
War. And you don't want to see a civil war in this country. This country is not built for another civil war.
Immediately it goes right into it. He goes right into the same thing. He knows immediately.
Let me tell you when he knows. Go back to the beginning of this clip. Because he's seen this a bunch.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see when Colin knows.
In Colin Quinn, red state, blue state. Take a look at this.
And now we're at risk of a civil war.
He knows.
Risk.
No, and now.
And now.
And now. He knows exactly what bit he's going into.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And you don't want to see a
And he
civil war.
realizes it's live, too. Let's go to Winford in Georgia. What's up, Winford?
Hey, Colin's like a little 5-year-old kid that made the grown-ups laugh, said something a little cute, made the grown-ups laugh, and then he keeps saying it over and over, and yeah, that's cute. Go on now. We've had enough, you know.
We heard that joke. Like, you gotta, when you have to have that moment with the kid where you have to go, it's enough.
Colin is 5-year-old Jimmy Norton saying Albany instead of Albany.
That's it.
Until the adults wanted to cave my head in.
Right. You gotta stop saying it, Jim. You thought it was cute in the beginning. You gotta stop.
Now we hate you.
Yeah.
And we wish you were born dead.
Thank you, Winford. Did you pass gas a little?
What?
Did you get nervous for your friend?
I did it twice. Once live and once on tape. Oh, Robin, his Jets hat.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to wear
his Jets hat.
By the way, all week he hasn't had hair product in.
No, not at all.
Not
None.
1 ounce.
I noticed it on Chip last night. There was no hair product.
Not one drop of hair product all week.
You know who was not on Chip last night?
Who's that?
Karen. She was not on Chip.
Weird coinky dink.
Yep.
Do we have anything, Travis?
I'm sorry, what?
Do we have anything from Rob that we want to play?
Yeah, well, I was previewing it.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
why I wasn't listening. Yeah, you can play it.
Okay.
It's not the perfect thing that you wanted, but Rob did what you asked.
Well, we don't know how it matches up. We'd like to see. Somebody suggested that we see if the two jokes match up. So we just listen to a few seconds of it. Just see if Colin Quinn telling his story on the couch matches with Colin Quinn telling his story in the clip that he played from the couch.
Rob's showing Troy.
I hate Rob's tiny feet.
They are little.
Stopped it, Rob.
They are little feet.
And you don't want to see a civil war
war
in this
country.
country. You don't want to see
Country's
fat
not built
refugees.
for
It'll be the
another
first time in
civil war.
history. It's going to be the first time in history that you see fat refugees.
Just refugees.
Yeah, timing's a little different.
Yeah, and he is phrasing it slightly differently on the couch.
Yeah, that's his couch. That's his couch. The joke is the same.
Same
And the
joke.
words are the same. The spacing in the words is a little different.
Yeah. It looks good, though. I mean, the special is really good.
It's really good. I would recommend the special, really on the strength of the Dunder Mifflin joke alone.
Yep. That's the only joke he does in the special.
Great. Oh, my God. Well, I guess you want to take a break before we talk about this debate?
Yeah, I didn't see the debate.
I watched it. I stayed up for the whole thing.
How long was it? Till when?
2 hours, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
I was very tired by the end of it. It was, but, I find them very entertaining. You never know when a moment's going to happen.
Sure.
Because these people, as much as they're politicians, they're really not cut out for long-form live television all the time. So you're always guaranteed to have some kind of foolish moments, especially with a whole bunch of people who really shouldn't be on the thing anyway. You have no chance, doing this. I don't know why they're even putting themselves through it.
Right.
But there were some entertaining moments that we can...
How did Jeff Peters do?
Thanks,
Rob.
I think he might be tonight. I didn't see anybody whose name started with a J on the panel.
It does. Jeff.
Okay, that's great. Why be agreeable? Jim doesn't believe in yes and. He goes no but.
Do you know what happened in Baltimore? There was a fucking... I'm not good at plugging. I'm going to be in Baltimore in August. So what? Oh, by the way... I've already checked weather for next week. Of course, there's going to probably be thunder showers on July 4th.
What are thunder showers?
What are thunder showers?
Yeah.
Thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms. You can't be a thunder shower.
You never heard of thunder showers?
Yeah. No,
I've
never heard of a thunder shower.
Yes. Thunderstorm with rain.
Yeah, but thunder showers is an expression.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you have.
I have not.
Mike? Have you ever heard of thunder showers?
Jim, I've never heard of one, but I could deduce immediately from what you said
Look
what
up
a
thunder
thunder
showers.
shower might be.
Okay.
I know I'm right. Yeah, thunder showers. On July 4th. So we're
thinking we may move it.
Yeah, I'm thinking to Wednesday. I know we're working Wednesday morning, but what I can't do it Friday. I'm at the Borgata, so
we do a marathon hangout sesh. We do the show in the morning. We'll go right over to Jim's place and just hang out all night.
You can't. You have to meet me there because I have UFC I tape on Wednesday.
We'll go first. We'll meet. Yeah, we'll go
to UFC.
What's that?
No, I was thinking Jim goes to UFC. We go to Jim's place, and then when Jim comes home, we're all like, "Party's ready for you." Unless you think the whole show should go to UFC.
Just followed like his entourage.
Yeah. Would you want everybody to go with you everywhere that day?
No, but I'm.
Are you going to the gym that day? We'll go to the gym with you.
Not Wednesday, no. But you probably could meet me at my house. I would let you guys in.
Oh, sorry. What's up?
Would we be taping Chip on Wednesday?
I'm guessing no, not the night before the 4th. We'll probably tape Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
If possible.
No, we'll all go to UFC, and then we'll all go with you.
No,
You'd be
'cause I'm
like
gonna
the
need
Pied
somebody there.
Piper.
I'm gonna have to have somebody there to get the food. I've talked to Roland. I'll have to have somebody there to accept the food, because I won't be there.
Well, you have Rob on call.
You do.
So, right, you could get Rob to do that.
I've done it before.
Yeah, and I do pay Rob.
Of course.
Not
That's
for
what
this.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Rob's a responsible lad.
Yeah.
I would trust Rob's judgment. But then again, I have to go buy soda. I can always buy pop the day before.
Soda will last a day.
But there's not enough chairs.
You got to buy chairs. Maybe after UFC, we'll go chair shopping together, and everybody gets to pick out their own chair.
That'd be fun.
It would be, right?
Should I get camping chairs? No.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, every rational person who has a party in New York City has camping chairs in their place.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go with, and then we can carry our own chair home.
That was the gift last time.
I left my chair behind, I'll be honest. I didn't bring
I'm
my
going to
chair.
invite a couple of other friends, too.
Really?
Yep, Julio from downstairs.
Oh, you're going to bring the construction guys?
Fuck yeah, I mean,
Okay,
made
good.
my month.
Good.
I'm going to invite a couple of other friends on Wednesday. But I think Wednesday's better so it doesn't rain. I would rather be outside on the terrace than...
I mean, the terrace is nice.
I had a weird thing. I came home before we go to break, and there was a very cute girl on the elevator in my building. And she saw the floor I was going to, and she goes, "Hey, are you the one with that terrace that you never use?"
Oh,
and I'm like,
boy. Was she a ninja from the roof?
That's the first thing I thought of. And
Yep.
I'm like, well, what side are you facing? Because there's a bunch of terraces in that building. And she told me the side, and I said, yeah, that is me.
Uh-oh.
And I go, I use it, but not that much. And she goes, well, I'm going to have to come over and use it more.
No.
She said that.
That happened to you?
Happened to me.
Whoa, how excited were you?
I was. She was cute.
Oh, my goodness.
But I didn't follow up. I was like, okay. And then she got off. I choked.
I mean, but that's because that's so exciting.
Invite her to your party.
I don't know what I don't even know what floor she lives on.
Just hang out in the lobby.
Yeah, just hang out.
Just sit in the lobby
Dude,
until
I
you
don't
see her
know.
again.
Or Rob's on call. Just have Rob do it.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
hang out in the lobby.
You give Rob like
description.
15 an hour to sit in the lobby?
Very beautiful
12.
African American girl.
Whoa!
Very beautiful. But I
maybe she found out Toast is packing.
maybe she did hear that rumor. But I don't even know what floor she was on. She got off the elevator, and I forget what floor, but it was awkward, and I didn't even know if she actually meant my terrace. Because there's another one that you can... I don't know if she can look over and see mine.
Doesn't matter.
Bro,
what
she was
she's thinking
kicking
about.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you what
I
floor
kick
she's
game
about
back.
to get off on. Whatever floor you're on.
I kick game back. I was like, all right.
Or just put a note
dude.
in the elevator.
No, or just talk to your doorman and be
I
like,
thought
hey,
of that.
Who's this girl? Can you give this note to her? To be like,
It's
hey,
too embarrassing because she might have a husband or a boyfriend that she lives with. I don't want to do
She
that.
said
Bro,
she
she
wants
was-
to come over and use it.
yeah.
She was kind of just joking.
She was
But she might have
flirting
just
with
been-
you.
it might- no,
I
was
get
flirting.
it. I don't know.
It might have been building humor.
no.
Building humor.
Building jokes like I like your terrace. She might be married and want to get invited over with her boyfriend or her husband.
No.
She's not interested in the terrace.
She is.
Yeah, Jim, come on. Even I can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She.
Even Four Eyes in there can see this.
She's down to hang, Jim.
Yeah.
You know what that means, too.
That's right.
That's right. Dude, I get it, okay? I don't know if any time in my life I've been openly flirted with. I can imagine it would be very, very exciting. I would probably react in the same way that you did if I was like, oh my God, I think there's a girl flirting with me
Well,
here.
weren't you flirted with in school?
Yep.
I don't think so.
I like dicks.
That's just,
Are you sure? Didn't you tell a story about being flirted with in school and then?
Oh,
you...
that's right. I've been openly flirted with one time, and I told the girl's friends that I was screwed.
Oh boy! Oh, that's the joke.
Yes, Jim. I get what you're going through. Okay, I did. You panic sometimes, and you don't know what you're doing. I was openly flirted with once. I was in either 7th or 8th grade, and a pretty girl's friends came over to me, and I was with my friends, and I wanted to impress them. And the pretty girl's friends, they said, "Would you ever consider going out with so and so?" And I looked around at my guy friends who were losers like me, and I went like this: "Oh boy, I'm screwed."
Even though I knew that story,
dude, it's such a painful memory.
It's humiliating.
It's so painful.
You should have said that in the elevator after she said, "I want to hang out on the."
Colin should have said that to Fallon. Oh, yeah,
So
maybe she was. But
I
she's
understand. Open flirting, you can't believe it's happening to you. You panic. You say things that just don't make any sense.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, she doesn't ask about the terrace and then mention how
She said
wants-
she looks over. She's like, I look over and I see that there's never anyone on it.
Because she would go like this. She'd go like this. That terrace that nobody's on, is that yours? And if you were like, yeah, and she was like, oh.
That's really nice, yeah.
But she'd go like this, oh. Then you know she was just interested in the terrace.
Or she'd say something like, "Oh, you should use it more."
Right.
Or like, "If I were you, I'd use it more."
Yeah, I know.
She said, "I should come over and use it more."
She's not talking about the terrace. She's talking about that D.
That's right.
No, she's talking about both. She says she sees it. She says, "Daddy has a terrace that's nice."
Right.
She'd like to enjoy it.
And she wants to get a dose of vitamin D on the terrace.
That'd be dick.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if she wants dick.
She said, "Give me some vitamin D on that vitamin T." That means dick on the terrace.
No, she might be enjoying. She wants to come on the terrace and hang, but it doesn't mean she wants to fuck. I'm
Hang.
telling
She
you.
wants to hang like these nuts.
What do you think,
Maybe
she
not
wants to
fuck,
sit
but
outside?
at least a
Yes.
hand job.
The outside is everywhere. She
See,
wants to
there's-
sit in your outside.
Bro,
Bottom-
there's so much outside.
The bottom line is, yeah, but in New York, there's not a lot of private outside.
Jim, why would you meet a stranger and go like, "I'm looking for a stranger with a
Because you had
terrace"?
looked over at a terrace and you want to go sit on a nice terrace. I'm
Jim,
telling
you're the only person in the world who looks at these architectural things and is that fascinated.
I told you my show that I'm pitching.
What is it called again?
Terraces! It's terraces with an exclamation point, where I go on people's terraces and I just talk about how cool they are.
Like when we did the story about Alex Rodriguez getting photographed taking a shit and you could see him through the window, you're the only person I knew whose take was, "Look how nice that window is. I would like to go in that building to look out the window." Like, that's not how people think. Nobody sees a terrace and goes, regardless of who lives in that apartment, I would like to accompany them on the terrace for the terrace.
Yeah. Nobody gives a shit about the terrace.
Nobody cares about the
She
terrace.
had looked over and noticed it before.
Unless
she probably was like, wow, whoever has it, I'd love to hang on that terrace.
I'd love
And
to
then
hang on that dick is what she's thinking.
And then she sees me and she goes, all right, he's all right. Average looking guy, fine.
No. She's like, okay, he's a decent enough looking
She
guy.
might recognize Daddy from somewhere.
Yeah, she probably does.
Unless she is the leader of a band of ninjas who are going to rappel off the roof of your building.
You think she's doing a little recon?
It could be that too. It's one of those two things. It's either she's like April O'Neil to the Ninja Turtles.
April O'Neil!
That's right. And she goes back and talks to them and explains what's going on. Or, and I think more likely than her being April O'Neil, she wants a piece of Jim's D.
Dan Bishop hung up. I wanted to go to him. He said, why didn't Jim check the floor she got off on? There's honestly a reason I didn't.
Why?
Because I'm fucking stupid.
Well, you were all worked up.
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Exactly. You
held the door for me when I got on the elevator. She was nice.
Look, you did better than I did in school when I was a boy. You did better than I did.
Oh, boy. Do I still have I'm Screwed on here?
I think so.
I couldn't find
I
it.
can't imagine that Rob would have ever deleted that.
Did she ask about floodlights?
You got floodlights too?
Yeah, you don't have cameras, do you?
Oh boy, I'm screwed. That's what I did, okay?
Favorite.
That's
But
what
I
I
get
did.
it, but I get
Do you understand it slowed down my dating life by probably 5 years?
Yeah.
If I had just said yes, I would have started dating then.
And you could have just walked up to her. You still could have walked over to the pretty
course.
girl and started talking to her after that. She wouldn't have even got that story. Or
I thought about it every day.
But what happened? You'd see each other and just avoid eye contact?
I would look down at the floor if I ever saw her. I wouldn't say one word to her. She was pretty. I could have started dating 5 years before I actually did.
And how long after did you realize the magic was over and that it wasn't going to happen?
You mean that I couldn't now go, like if I
Yeah, it was
decided
gone.
to.
That moment was past. Yeah.
I mean, it was, I would say I probably held on to it for months that I thought it was a possibility.
That's those childhood moments. I called a girl and asked her out once, the prettiest girl in the class. Like literally I had zero shot.
Okay.
And I knew it, but I had to get it out of my system.
Right.
So I called her and I was like, you don't want to go out with me, do you?
And did you find out she did?
I was correct. She did not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's humiliating.
I had a huge crush on a girl. This was probably like maybe freshman year of high school, maybe even sophomore year of high school. And we were like in the same science class. And at one point we were lab partners. And I barely even talked to her, but I had a huge crush on her. And she took my notebook one day and she just wrote her name on a page in my notebook and drew a heart around her name. Just out of nowhere. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So you know what I did?
What?
I took my notebook back and I kind of like chuckled and I never talked to her again. I didn't say one word to her after that. Nothing.
You panicked?
Yeah, I did.
You totally panicked.
Yep. And I thought about, I would go home and for weeks, I would think about how I'm going to follow this up. And you know how I followed it up?
You've silenced.
Silence. Never talked to her. Never said one word to her.
Did she look at you again or?
That was it. She probably thought that I was an asshole who wasn't interested.
Or just not interested, yeah. Or homosexual. She was right on all counts.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, that's what, and that again, like that probably could have started my dating life much sooner.
Yeah. Wow.
But it just didn't. I mean, you just panic and you go like, oh my God,
afraid of pulling the trigger.
Yeah. Oh, here's a pile of sand. Maybe if I stick my head in it, everything will feel better.
It'll work out.
Everything will work itself out. I better not do anything rash here.
Travis, when you were a young girl, did you have any little dating mishaps as a boy?
Travis was the girl who wrote his name in my book. Yeah.
No, I was just way too shy to even try anything.
Too shy?
Too shy. Yeah. Eye to eye.
How old were you the first time you had sex?
Late teens.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Girl you were dating?
Yeah.
Did you wear a condom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you.
I must,
Safe sex is the best sex.
Yeah, I must have.
You know, trying to get these.
Did you come in your bag?
Come on.
Yes.
It's just details you don't need. I mean,
yeah, now you're just asking weird questions.
It's weird, man.
I want to know if my friend came in his bag or if he had to pull it off and jack on his own stomach. Like I would have.
We are not the same.
No, I guess not.
Plus, we're getting away from what we really should be talking about.
What?
You and this girl.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Invite her to the party. That's the move.
Yeah.
Invite her to the party.
No, I don't. No.
Why?
I'm just
you got all your friends. We can talk you up.
Oh, you know why?
I don't know.
Because if Mary Jean shows up, she'll fight her.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
She will fight her.
Yep.
You know.
She does not like people encroaching on her territory.
And not that there's anything going on with Jim and Mary Jean. It's just that.
Yeah, no.
She gets jealous. Mary
Jean's
gets
a
jealous.
good friend. I've never had sex with Mary Jean.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
But at one point, she wanted to beat up DJ Who Kid's co-host, and they were just doing a radio show.
Yeah, but
together.
that's also because they had. I think didn't she hook up with Who Kid?
I think so.
Yeah, so if you hooked up with it's different for her. I think after if you hook up, like
I see.
she gets much more invested and takes it very personally.
I would ask Handsome Rob about his dating disasters, but we all know for him, he told us what a study was. He's been with 7 to 12 women.
That's right.
So he's probably looking at us right now like, what a couple of pussies.
Well, second grade,
Rob.
Great. Oh, no, I want to hear about Rob and the 48-year-old man.
Dating in second grade?
No, I wasn't, but I had a big crush on this girl who came to the school in first grade, and then I kissed her arm. And then that was the end of it.
You kissed her arm?
During recess.
Who are you, fucking Gomez Adams?
Yeah. I went for the cheek.
Speak French.
I tried to go for the cheek.
But also, like, what do you mean? It was second grade. That was the end of it. What were you guys gonna, like...
Well, we continued to be classmates until...
Wait, you went to kiss her
grade.
cheek and missed?
Yeah, and then I grabbed her arm and kissed it.
Ew.
Yeah.
How hard do you miss a cheek that you land on the
I don't know, I was in second grade.
I mean,
that couldn't be worse if you were talking to Bob Dole.
It could have been 8 to 13 women if you had only aimed correctly.
Yep.
What'd you do when you kissed her arm?
I think laughed and ran away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
She's like, we're in second grade.
Yeah, but my
It's probably
brother,
go anywhere anyway.
saw it, and he's 5 years older or whatnot, and he just
He
kept
gave you the
making.
kiss?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would have been happier
On
in
his anal.
Poland with a number on her arm than your dumb lips.
Now, is she one of the 7 to 12?
No.
No.
No, he screwed that one up.
You messed that up.
Yeah.
Kissed her arm.
That's why going forward. Yeah, Rob didn't have sex until he was like halfway through 4th grade.
Yep.
Because of what?
How old were you the first time you got laid?
17.
Okay. Had you done other stuff before then, or was that your first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me too. And then
You got to start with a handy, right?
yeah, and whatever else. I didn't put my dick in a vagina till I was 18.
Right. Yeah, I think I was 18 too.
Did other things.
We got to.
We know.
What kind of other things?
You know, just play.
Well, that's why, like Rob's saying, like, yeah, when I was in 2nd grade, I could have been dating this girl. I mean, by the time Jim was in 2nd grade, he was already like a blowjob specialist.
Yeah, Jim had already experimented with insertion. Just not, you know.
I was already a cum gargling goose.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim hadn't been inside anybody by the time he was in 2nd grade, but we didn't ask him about
No, they
the
weren't.
other way.
They, weren't. They tried and it couldn't happen.
Oh, that's really tragic, man.
Yeah, I know.
Super sad.
I know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, that's not the sad part.
I don't remember it. I remember it as if I'm watching it happen to me from the bottom of the stairwell.
Yeah, that's an out-of-body experience. You know what that is?
Cool.
You were molested?
That's trauma.
No, stop it, you
it's just,
geese.
It's a little trauma.
Cut it out.
Yep.
So I'm going to talk to this girl in the elevator.
You got to.
I'm going to find out.
Tell her the story about the out-of-body anal experience.
She'll love it.
Yeah. You ever hear about those out-of-body experiences? I had an anal one when I was like 6-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a UFO, but it was an unfucked orifice.
She's like, you didn't even ask me what floor I'm on. Why are you telling me this story?
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to try to ask the door guy, but I don't know what to ask him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, you know
I'll
that?
have to find. I'm sure I'll see her again, but I don't know when she comes
Just
and goes.
give a description of the door guy and make up a lie. Say like, you know, I have some. I have a package of hers, or I don't know.
Or you go like this.
How would I don't know what
Yeah, I know.
floor she's on.
I'm brainstorming.
You
I don't
say
know.
this. I have a package that she wants delivered.
Yeah.
If you catch
Yeah.
my drift.
Hey, there's some creepy bitch who's been looking over my
Hey,
terrace. I almost went out there. I was hoping she'd throw a note over.
you really are still just
He's still in
little
high
boy
school.
Jimmy.
Throw a note over.
This is what
2019.
this is what you do.
Drop an email. I don't know.
Ugh. You go to the building guy and you go, hey, you might have seen there's a woman, I'm not sure what floor she's on, she lives here. She's been looking for a hot beef injection.
Ooh,
And see, because women like that stuff.
I'm gonna go out on the terrace more often and just look up.
You should go out naked.
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Just send the signals.
If I go out there and she's above, she'll probably peek down.
Can she see your hot tub?
Who knows? We don't know where she is.
Sure, she can.
Oh, then she
Hands
definitely
on your
wants to come
hips.
over.
Oh, definitely.
Hands akimbo.
Hands
That's right.
akimbo.
And he flaps his dong out over the rail so it's hanging down over the street.
You know what could have happened?
No.
Is she looked over and maybe saw Jim hanging out with Mary Jean.
Oh, yeah.
And was like, oh, shit. Like, that's the caliber that this guy's getting.
Yeah, she went like this. Jim fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I don't know when Mary Jean and I have hung on the terrace. Probably not since last year.
Could be last year. You say you don't see this woman all that often.
Never before.
Maybe she saw you a year ago.
She
just broke up with a boyfriend, and she's like, oh, I know there's a guy with a terrace who fucks.
No, she saw me hit the button, so she knew what floor.
Yeah, so she knew that this was her chance.
Right. She's like, oh, you're the guy with the terrace. I've been trying to fuck that terrace. I guess you'll suffice.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, just ask the doorman if there's any terrace whores in the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody here fuck for a view? You know any girls in here that like to fuck while looking at the Empire State Building?
Yeah, she was into you.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
100%.
Daddy has to shit.
Oh, well, then Daddy should. I hope she's listening now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We're going to have Joe Mackey in here in a little bit. Maybe he'll help us break down the debates.
Yes.
Of course, you'll see Jim in Baltimore, right?
Baltimore, Borgata, Montreal. Also going to be doing Columbus coming up, New Brunswick, Philly, bunch of dates.
Yes,
Denver.
JimNorton.com, right?
Yep.
Go there for the dates, and we'll be back with Joe Mackey. Stay tuned. Okay. All right. Well, Joe Mackey is here. Of course, he is the Joe in the Keeping Joe podcast that you can listen to every week with Phil Hanley, who we had in yesterday, and Sam Morrell. And he's just a good guy. Joe Mackey is here. Welcome, Joe.
Welcome. Great to be here. I'm not going to cancel last minute like Sam.
Yeah, no, I
Do you believe
appreciate
that bullshit about his throat? We don't buy it.
Strep throat?
It's a lie.
In the middle of summer?
That's right.
Exactly.
Did you see your friend Colin Quinn making a fool of himself on the Tonight Show?
No, I didn't. They were doing the live show last night.
It was live, and we played a lot of it already. We're not going to go back into it, but he queued up a clip with the same joke that's in the clip. So he did the exact joke, and then they played the clip. It was the exact joke. It was the greatest thing you've ever seen.
It's the worst possible scenario.
Yeah,
they played the exact same fucking bit.
It couldn't have gone worse. Did you watch the debate last night, Joe Mackey?
I did not. I was working at the cellar.
Yeah.
I read the synopses.
The winners and losers?
Yeah. It seemed like it was heavy on Tulsi Gabbard, the Hawaiian.
Yeah, she did pretty good.
People said they liked her. Cory Booker got the most time.
By the way, how do they pick where everybody stands? How about this? Instead of force feeding us who the candidates are going to be, how about it's randomly selected?
What do you mean?
Meaning that they didn't Elizabeth Warren get like the center spot?
Yeah, she did, but I mean,
but that's literally it's always the front runners who get that. How about you want to keep it fair? It's a random thing right before the debate. You're in podium 1, 2, 3, and it's randomly selected like by numbers.
They do usually do that, but like
they do. Okay.
The separation. No, not the random. The way you just described it.
Okay.
But the separation across the 2 nights was random. So
no, I don't mean the separation. I mean where they're actually standing.
I don't know if that. I don't know if that was random or not.
I believe it's never random. It's always the top candidates that get the center.
Cory Booker and Warren, the two biggest.
Was Cory Booker the other guy in the center?
It looked like it. From that brief.
And I guarantee you, Biden will be in the center. I guarantee it.
I just think 10 people. You might as well just fill out a Scantron.
Yeah,
it's too many people.
Well, there's 20. There's another 10
there's
tonight.
Another 10. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to split them up, but
tonight it's Bernie and Biden are the headliners.
I guarantee you, they're both in the center.
I would imagine
they're both. That's being spoon fed. Of course, this is who the big guys are. So don't cry when fucking you have the same.
But it's not like they do like that many long shots. You know, when they're answering questions, it's usually just tight on the person. I never even know who's standing where.
I don't know. There's a reason for it, but they talked about Elizabeth Warren being there. That's how I knew.
Yeah.
And it is symbolic of who is going to finally. It's a really weird way.
The people in the middle are usually the people that are polling the highest. That's why Warren was in the middle.
But again, that shouldn't be it for a debate. It should be everybody is randomly selected, and you stand where you stand, and the debate. It's an even start for the beginning of the debate. If it didn't mean anything, they wouldn't put them
do
there.
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, why Sam always get that chair? That seems like the authoritative chair.
Because that one has a fist on it.
It's true. It's just my preference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim got tired of the fist, and I said, "I'm never."
Finger pointed up, which he likes.
That's right. I like that.
When his balls hit knuckle, he's happy.
He's got so much energy.
He does.
That's why I'm shot out of a cannon every morning. Well,
even this night 2, they list the biggest ones. What are the lines? Biden, Bernie, how do you say his name?
Mayor Pete, Buttigieg.
Why
Kamala
not just
Harris.
list them alphabetically?
Well, they want people to tune in.
I mean, for the same reason that there's headlining bands, and then you know.
Even headlining bands are not supposedly competing on an even field with the opening act to see who gets the nomination.
Well,
it's different.
I get what you're saying. I'm more playing devil's advocate, but
yeah, it just
the
bugs
debate.
me.
The debate isn't the end all be all. Like the if somebody's got an advantage, it's because they've earned the advantage.
Maybe
if they're polling higher, there's a reason.
Yeah, but a debate is supposed to be an even thing because they may be polling higher because they've had more ads or they're more known.
Like the equal time laws?
Well, yeah, I mean, they may just be maybe more known, more well-known because, again, Biden's the vice president. He got pressed for 8 years.
Mark Norman's going to be pissed. Andrew Yang is ranked very, very low on night 2. Andrew Yang is Mark Norman's guy, but that's just because he did Rogan's podcast. Mark had nothing to back
I'll watch that. I'll watch Andrew Yang. I remember Mark ranting about him.
Yeah, but I mean, Mark didn't know what he was talking about.
No. Mark is a stupid man.
He's a fool.
You could try to control it, though, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be... I don't think it's going to be Biden. I mean, people are going to pick who they're going to find who they're going to like.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It just bugs me the way they said it. And they both do it. It's just like, for what? You don't need to do that.
Well, the whole point of the DNC email hack was that the committee had their hand on the scale in the last set of debates.
Oh yeah, and pushing
right.
Hillary and
Oh God, Joe!
Did you spill a little, Joe?
Joe, here, take one of my napkins.
Joe, did you spill a little?
Joe
Well,
has
the-
scalding coffee.
Don't
on his
blame the
hand.
cup.
The
Don't-
lid was was
Okay.
near the crease of the cup.
Yep.
Right.
And if you drink it, you're gonna spill coffee all over yourself each time.
Because it drips out. It
Right.
drips out, and I'm telling you, those type of lids
Right.
that have the lid and then the lip that hangs over
Yeah.
are fucking enraging.
I had no idea.
I have dripped so much coffee on my pants and my hand from those type of lids. It's murderous.
You know,
murderous.
You know why? I don't drink hot coffee, so I don't know.
But any beverage.
Yeah, I don't. I guess I end up drinking out of these plastic
Missing the
cups.
point,
It's
Joe.
different.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole sometimes. So I don't drink hot coffee. That's not the point.
Yeah, the point is
Well,
the
if
lids
you-
are improperly
If
constructed.
you don't
the
drink
lids
hot
are bad.
coffee, you don't drink those cups.
It's like you don't want teen pregnancy, don't have sex.
That's right.
we're talking about when they do.
No, we're
No,
talking
I-
about teen pregnancy. That's like him saying, but I'm 20.
I don't understand. Guys. It
Yeah.
doesn't affect me.
Yeah, hot coffee. The Starbucks uses those lids, and I can't express to you the amount of rage in my life that has been directly caused by those lids.
Use a straw.
It also took me a weird amount of time before I was like, why do I keep spilling stuff on me before I went and figured it out?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it pulls up under the lid. You got to go in there with a napkin and wipe it, and then sometimes that will stop it from spilling. But when you take the first few sips, the lid gets it in the ridge on the inside, and it just fucking drips out the side on your knuckle. Feeling a drip of coffee on my knuckles when I'm sipping it, I can't. It's a flash of fucking rage.
It is.
And he's fired, I assume, for bringing me that coffee.
Definitely.
Well, he was an unpaid intern.
Oh, he's paid.
Is he paid?
All the interns are
All right, well,
paid.
he's absolutely
He's definitely fired,
I would
yeah.
say he's been kicked out, but fired, yes.
Fired is the word, definitely.
Yeah.
And also blackballed from the industry, for sure.
He doesn't even get to sit in the fish chair anymore.
No way. No way. This is my fish chair.
So, yeah, I did not watch last night. I hate that they set it up. By the way, when you look at the picture, the reason they do it,
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Warren, they look like the main players. Everybody else is a fringe player.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again,
It's like a wedding table where the bride and groom are at the middle, and the usher, you had to make an usher because he's the bride's weird brother.
Right.
and you're on
He's way on the end.
you're right, Joe, and you're on a certain angle. It's almost like a very subtle circle.
Yes.
A half circle.
Yes.
So you're facing dead center camera. It means something.
So it's almost like the ones at the end are facing the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the slight
Well,
semicircle?
the ones in the end are almost facing. They're more facing each other than the audience.
Right.
So
That's what I mean. Like they're
yeah.
pointing in towards the
Right,
center.
right.
We know where the center is.
So stop complaining that you're getting the same dog shit every year. It's like little stuff like this. It rigs it, and it's subtle, and it's not going to guarantee, but it's something. It's an advantage, and they give it to the people that they want to push forward.
But then you listen to the people on the ends of the thing talking, and they're not.
Trump wasn't in the middle. I don't believe Trump was in the
He
middle.
was once he started polling high. He was.
Maybe since he polled
Yeah.
high, but I mean he
I think he started pretty close to the middle too.
Did he? I don't remember. I could be remembering that wrong. For some reason, I remember him on the outside, but I might be wrong.
Because I think he was bragging about it. Because he knew what that meant. Like he would take every option.
Oh, okay, maybe.
He
Fine.
definitely was for some. We could both be remembering wrong. But I know that at some point. But I think he started. I think he started in the middle, or at least somewhere near the middle.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, there you go.
And Jeb Bush totally blew his beak in the middle.
He did. He fucked up.
He moved over. Look.
Way
Yeah,
on
Jeb
the
Bush
end.
got pushed towards the end. and you're right, Jim. It does let people know if you're not tracking the polls and you watch these debates and you see somebody getting moved down further and further to the end, you do on some level say, "Oh, I'm not voting for that."
They're not
joker."
as viable.
They're not. Yes,
Wait,
that's true.
They put me on the outside of Ben Carson?
Yeah. And also, Trump, even if he wasn't polling higher, was Trump. And he was still a face you'd watch him debate. Everybody wanted to see him debate.
He was great.
Yeah, I guess I'm remembering that incorrectly.
Yeah. They went, they always try to appeal to as many people as they could. And they actually, I felt like there were moments last night where they were almost fighting with each other to who was really the representative. Like, for instance, Beto did not have a great night. Everybody's saying that all that energy that was around Beto, it's done.
It's done.
It's finished.
It happened too soon.
Yeah.
It happened too early.
And he didn't have enough substance to back it up. And then, you had these moments where Beto and Cory Booker, they both started speaking Spanish. out of nowhere. And it was so, like, it wasn't even good Spanish.
What are you doing?
Listen, we can start with the first clip from the debate. Listen to how Beto starts here.
By the way, before you play this is where they're so fucking stupid again. You don't have to be the most liberal to get the nomination. The Democrats want somebody who can beat Trump.
That's it. Just win. Just be able to win.
They want you to beat Trump. You don't have to prove that you're so liberal that middle-of-the-road people won't vote for you.
Right. Do you think any of the Trumpsters are going to get swayed by the guy who speaks Spanish for no apparent reason?
No, but guys like Biden, I mean, maybe Bernie, but he's even too. I think Biden is going to trounce Bernie.
I think he will too, but Elizabeth Warren, like...
Yeah, she's not going to...
All of a sudden... She's the one who's getting the big push.
Yeah, well, I hope for the Democrats. I hope it's not her
because Biden keeps running around talking about curing cancer and he's talking nonsense.
It's silly.
He had it in the bag, the nomination anyway, you know, from the beginning, and now people are like, "Oh, never mind so much." He's a little.
Yeah, I think all candidates are the same on the cancer issue too.
Like we are anti-cancer.
Yeah, no one is pro-cancer. How about a pro-cancer guy? I'm going to try to make cancer work faster on the human body.
Right.
Cut down on medical costs.
We need less people.
Like cancer that kills within 2 days.
Yeah. Like you would think anybody with any experience would say, well, I'm not going to go out and announce if I'm elected president, I'm going to cure cancer, because the obvious response is, why wouldn't you have already done it? Yeah. Which is exactly what happened to Joe Biden.
It's that easy, huh?
Yeah, you should have just done it.
What have all these charity fund runs been for?
Who's been pocketing all this money? Just ask Joe. All right, let's
play a little Beto.
Let's hear, Beto starting off.
Congressman O'Rourke, what we've just been discussing and talking about is
he's also by his swallow. He looks nervous,
dude. It's so funny the way people look at these debates and how they like overanalyze everything. I can't imagine the stress of being in one of these.
By the way, before you play this is where they're so fucking stupid again. You don't have to be the most liberal to get the nomination. The Democrats want somebody who can beat Trump.
That's it. Just win. Just be able to win.
They want you to beat Trump. You don't have to prove that you're so liberal that middle-of-the-road people won't vote for you.
Right. Do you think any of the Trumpsters are going to get swayed by the guy who speaks Spanish for no apparent reason?
No, but guys like Biden, I mean, maybe Bernie, but he's even too. I think Biden is going to trounce Bernie.
I think he will too, but Elizabeth Warren, like...
Yeah, she's not going to...
All of a sudden... She's the one who's getting the big push.
Yeah, well, I hope for the Democrats. I hope it's not her
because Biden keeps running around talking about curing cancer and he's talking nonsense.
It's silly.
He had it in the bag, the nomination anyway, you know, from the beginning, and now people are like, "Oh, never mind so much." He's a little.
Yeah, I think all candidates are the same on the cancer issue too.
Like we are anti-cancer.
Yeah, no one is pro-cancer. How about a pro-cancer guy? I'm going to try to make cancer work faster on the human body.
Right.
Cut down on medical costs.
We need less people.
Like cancer that kills within 2 days.
Yeah. Like you would think anybody with any experience would say, well, I'm not going to go out and announce if I'm elected president, I'm going to cure cancer, because the obvious response is, why wouldn't you have already done it? Yeah. Which is exactly what happened to Joe Biden.
It's that easy, huh?
Yeah, you should have just done it.
What have all these charity fund runs been for?
Who's been pocketing all this money? Just ask Joe. All right, let's
play a little Beto.
Let's hear, Beto starting off.
Congressman O'Rourke, what we've just been discussing and talking about is
he's also by his swallow. He looks nervous,
dude. It's so funny the way people look at these debates and how they like overanalyze everything. I can't imagine the stress of being in one of these because it's literally one of the articles that I was reading about the winners and the losers. Everybody had a winners and losers. Everybody ranked O'Rourke as a loser. And I was literally reading an article this morning that said, judging on the fact that he swallowed a lot, he was uncomfortable.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm like, they're literally writing in the newspaper, don't vote for this guy. He swallows too much.
Let me go back a little bit. Watch him swallow. He's nervous.
He's starting the debate with a gulp.
O'Rourke, what we've just been discussing and talking about is how much fundamental change to the economy is desirable and how much is actually doable. In that vein, some Democrats want a marginal individual tax rate of 70% on the very highest earners, those making more than $10 million a year. Would you support that? And if not, what would your top individual rate be?
Great question.
That's a hell of a question.
This economy has got to work for everyone.
Hit pause for 1 second. He got to get his teeth fixed if he's going to be the president. I mean, I know not everybody's got a perfect mouth, but look at the. I was transfixed on the bottom row of his teeth. He's going to represent our country everywhere. He's got to have good teeth.
But 70% tax rate
on everything over 10 million.
Even though go fuck yourself. To give 70% of your money to the government?
That's
holy shit.
Well, you get to keep 10.
That's before state and local too. So
that's just federal.
Yeah, that's just
it's
federal.
Insanity. So these fucking vultures want that much. And no, I don't have $10 million, so it's not going to affect me.
What they're basically saying is any money that you make after $10 million, you don't get that money. You get to keep your pre-$10 million money. You get to keep, but all the rest of it will go to federal and local taxes.
Let's see. I wonder if any one of these guys would say, "Look, I believe the rich should pay more money, but 70% is ludicrous.
It's a bit excessive."
Who the fuck? How did the government deserve 70% of your money?
I don't think it'll ever happen, but Octavia
the idea
Cortez
that some of these people want that is, well, she's more socialist. I mean,
AOC is looking for it.
I like her too, but not that socialist. That's why she'll never win. She's too socialist.
She also lacks a basic understanding of anything concerning economics.
She's cute though.
When she said that thing about the Amazon tax breaks, I'm like, anybody who has the slightest understanding of these tax breaks were off of future earnings for coming to New York City, not money that we just handed them.
Right?
Didn't she have 5 years before she can run anyway? She'll figure it out by then.
She's only 30. Yeah, she'll better, Joe. Stop being such a hater.
Joe, stop being such a hater.
God damn, Joe, you're so harsh on women.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you were such an economist, you misogynist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's switch chairs.
Yeah, sit down on this fist.
Let me hear Beto's awful answer.
This is good. He's gonna give a declarative statement.
70%
on where he stands on the 70% over 10 million.
Congressman O'Rourke.
Why are you playing the same
This
thing?
economy has got to work for everyone, and right now we know that it isn't. And it's going to take all of us coming together to make sure that it does. Necesitamos incluir cada persona.
I hate him. I fucking hate him.
You know what the review on him was?
I hate him.
He figured out a way to not answer the question in both English and Spanish.
Hey, dummy, what percentage would you do? Like, what percentage would you do?
No más preguntas para mí.
Maybe he answers the question. We didn't watch the whole thing.
You know what? Travis is right.
Es verdad, Travis.
This guy sucks.
Economía. Pero si queremos hacer eso, necesitamos incluir cada persona en nuestra democracia.
Isn't this every public school Spanish teacher?
This is literally humiliating.
Have you ever heard anybody that actually speaks Spanish speak this slowly?
No, even Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker are looking at him like, you liberal fruit.
Well, you know what Cory Booker's doing?
Yeah.
He's looking at him like, you're stealing my gimmick. Cory Booker's the one that walks around speaking Spanish.
And Elizabeth Warren is going to speak in Native American tongue.
Yeah, she is.
Cada votante necesitamos la representación y cada voz necesitamos.
How long is he going to talk Spanish?
I don't know what he's saying.
I don't speak Spanish, but he should go faster.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish, but that's not good Spanish.
You think this is going to get the American people to vote for you over Trump? How fucking delusional is this guy?
He's bilingual.
That's great. It's a great quality to have.
He's bilingual.
And it's great to be able to speak Spanish. Fine. But if he said one or two words, but how fucking long the first answer about the taxing, and he gives this dog shit answer.
I think that he should have just given, just explained a tremendously difficult math problem. Just to show, I'm bilingual, also I'm good at math.
Wow.
Just for no reason other than to just answer the questions by showing off your skills. Like maybe Joe Mackey, if you were to run for president, you half answer a question, then you shoot a three-pointer and go I play basketball too.
Maybe he didn't want to answer, maybe he didn't learn the Spanish for that question, 70% question, so he couldn't answer it. He had to.
I'm still going to do my Spanish.
I memorized this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to do my sentence.
This is embarrassing, and he literally has zero chance of winning.
Travis and I were discussing this. This last night, he had his Howard Dean.
I've literally
moment.
never seen a worse answer in a debate. One or two words, Spanish, one sentence, but he's just yammering for 30 seconds in Spanish, and it's like, this is the opening of the debate.
Más español de inglés.
Probably gets better.
Okay.
God.
Yo
Right
pienso.
now, we We have a system that favors those who can pay for access and outcomes. That's how you explain an economy that is rigged to corporations and to the very wealthiest. A $2 trillion tax cut that favored corporations while they were sitting on record
Cory
piles.
Booker's biting his lip. He's corpsing, as they say.
By the way, that's how he should have opened. What he just started there, that should have been the opening. Because it's a good line. The idea of they pay for whatever and outcomes. The very wealthy pay for this and outcomes. That's a great way to look at it, because you're like, oh yeah, there is a big advantage to having
not an exact answer to the question, but
no, but he could have followed it up with an exact
an answer. Yeah, you're right.
Of cash, and the very wealthiest in this country at a time of historic wealth inequality. A new democracy that is revived because we returned power to the people. No PACs, no gerrymandering, automatic and same-day voter registration to bring in more voters, and a new Voting Rights Act to get rid of the barriers that are in place now. That's how we each have a voice in our democracy and make this economy work for
everyone. Won't answer the question.
That's
Hateable.
time, sir.
Hateable.
And
Hateable.
Savannah even said that's time. That's
He didn't
not the
say
question.
the percentage. He didn't say the percentage. He didn't answer the fucking question.
Of course he didn't.
We don't need some. This is why they're all such cunts. You don't need a giant, sweeping, grand statement about democracy, you dumb motherfucker. Answer the question. What percentage is the highest you'd go?
It doesn't fool anyone either when you don't answer the question.
No.
You're like, what did he think about the 70% tax rate? Well, he thinks people should vote.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's a non-answer, and everyone knows it's a non-answer.
Cory Booker turned around, and they asked him. He obviously was like sitting there going, "Oh my God, this guy's getting some heat here." And so,
Did you see that?
Do you want to? No, let's.
I didn't see.
Let's play this. This is somebody just tweeted out how they thought Beto did.
Okay.
Pero si queremos hacer eso, necesitamos incluir cada persona en nuestra democracia. Cada votante necesitamos.
They're looking at Cory Booker, looking at Beto.
Now that I'm watching Curb, it makes perfect sense.
Great, right?
Isn't the Curb meme awesome now?
Always funny.
Always funny.
Makes perfect sense. What was that one where Larry was awkward?
It's a good pull. You really are a fan.
I love it, though. It's really a good show.
Cory Booker gets asked what he's going to do day one.
Okay.
When
I like Cory Booker. I hope he did well.
He's not.
I like him.
I like him too. This isn't his time.
All right, let's see.
He's not pulling it off.
Maybe not yet. What did he say he's going to do day one?
Well, let's see what he said. He looked at what Beto was doing. By the way, this guy, what's this guy's name?
This is Andrew. Is that Yang?
No, that's not Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang's not till tonight. This is the Hispanic gentleman.
Oh.
It was the one Hispanic gentleman that's running for president. He had a good night.
Mike Peters.
That's right, it was. It was Mike Peters.
Julian Castro.
Julian Castro, or Julian Castro.
Oh, is it Julian?
I don't know. But he had a great night last night.
Way to whitewash his name, Sam.
Wow.
Well, let's see what his name is. We don't need you in there, fucking Telemundo Teft. Teftamundo. Oh, Julian Castro. Shut up.
Exactly. Old Sabado Gigante in there.
Yeah, Teftamundo.
¿Dónde está el mummy?
El Castro. We heard you.
But this is the guy, I think, who, of all the unknown people, kind of showed up and had people going like, oh, okay, there's something interesting about this guy. Maybe it was because, there was a white guy and a black guy speaking Spanish around him, and he was sitting there looking at him like, what are you guys
doing?
What are you doing?
Let me hear Cory Booker's answer.
Well, Cory Booker, this is day one.
I like Cory.
I know.
Senator Booker, what would you do on day one? And this is a situation that the next president will inherit.
Yes. La situación ahora es inaceptable.
Oh, come on, Cory.
Ha atacado.
He's trying to do the accent. He's trying to over-Spanish Beto.
He started with Spanish.
What
Ooh,
the
that scored some points.
It did. And it came right after the Hispanic guy. He's like, that Hispanic guy spoke English. That means I can speak Spanish.
Liberal people are not necessarily looking for who is the most absolutely liberal. They hate Trump and they want him out.
But they want a bilingual candidate. That's number one.
You can prove you're bilingual in 2 seconds.
Plus, he stumbled over the first words of the sentence.
Of course he did. He's not good at Spanish.
Uno, dos, tres.
You know why?
Shut it.
Because he's focusing on the accent. He wants to get the accent better than Beto did, and he's fucking up the words.
It's crazy.
This isn't
how bad these two are, and how missing the point they are.
They're pandering.
They're missing. People are sick and tired of politicians in general and their fucking garbage canned answers.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons Trump beat everybody. You need a Democrat who can do that, who feels like at least they're genuine, even if they're wrong, at least they're genuine and giving you an answer whether you like it or not.
Yo soy un democrat.
How are they all after 2 years of still missing the point?
It's like that in Spanish class where you had to make a speech and you memorized it beforehand.
Yeah. Esto language es muy difícil para mí esto ahora.
Yeah. Das ist Hans. Hans ist Anunga.
This is so embarrassing to watch.
It's horrible.
Well, let's see. Maybe Cory Booker turns it around because he does get the accent dead on.
Should we start from the beginning?
I don't want
to hear him stumble again.
Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, Travis.
I like Cory Booker too. There's a great documentary about him first trying to get become mayor of Newark, and he's doing the whole thing. And I go, man, it's Cory Booker. He's got it all together.
That was a great documentary.
Great
He was,
documentary.
going against Sharp James.
Sharp, yeah. I think it's called Dogfight or something like that. It's a great documentary. And I would love for him to be. He's different. He's he's. You feel like when he's talking, at least when he's speaking in English, you feel like he's giving you how he actually feels.
You get Rosario Dawson in the White House.
Oh, I forgot he's dating Rosario
Is he dating
Dawson.
her?
Yeah.
He got Eric Andre's sloppy seconds. That's cool.
Eric dated her?
Oh yeah, Eric Andre and Rosario Dawson were a couple.
Oh, good for
They
her.
posted like naked photos together on Instagram and whatnot.
He's not in really naked shape, is he?
Eric Andre? Eric Andre is not, but he's naked all the time.
But he's not really in naked shape.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's not.
He's in decent
That's why
shape.
he's the best.
No, but he gets naked constantly.
Okay.
I mean, he does Caroline's gigs. He just takes all his clothes off, his dick, his pubes, everything.
Does
you
he?
see everything.
He's probably not a very big dick.
I don't know.
I've never seen it, but
I don't know. I mean, but he just has said, look at. Oh, he's got a decent dick.
all right, stand corrected. Yeah, he's not. But I would
But he's
say
not in naked shape.
He's not in naked shape. He's a nudist. All right, yeah, he's a regular looking.
Yeah. See, that's a photo. I remember that photo.
Yeah.
He's in a hot
He's a
tub.
funny
Eric
dude.
Andre is in a hot tub, and he's standing up, and he's totally naked, and you see his pubes and dick and balls.
He is funny, man.
That photo was actually posted directly to his Instagram account. When Instagram was like, no nudity, he was like, here's a picture of my penis. Which I think is great.
Yeah, he's in better shape than me, so I can't criticize him.
So Rosario Dawson went from Eric Andre to Cory Booker.
Okay.
Which is awesome for Cory Booker. It's honestly, it's awesome for everybody involved.
Sure. All right, let me hear this genuine answer.
You're right. And then maybe it's because maybe she liked Cory Booker because Eric Andre would not be hablando en español.
Ah.
Senator Booker, what would you do on day one? And this is a situation that the next president will inherit.
Yes. La situación ahora es inaceptable. Este presidente ha atacado, ha demonizado los inmigrantes. Es inaceptable. Voy a cambiar reste.
Reste. You see him really trying to hit all those letters. Just
he has lost so many people already. Not because he can speak Spanish, but because he thinks that this shit is answering the question.
Right.
Like, I know you want to appeal to Spanish voters, and that's a big part of the Democratic base, and I get it. But there's another way to do it than the opening night of the debate.
And like the arrogance to think that there are people who don't understand what I'm saying right now, who don't speak Spanish, but will be so impressed by my bilingual abilities that they'll just go, oh, I don't know what he was saying, but that's Spanish, and I gotta vote for this guy. Him and Beto both. They're having a Spanish off.
Make sure that, number one, we end the ICE policies and the customs and border policies that are violating the human rights. When people come to this country, they do not leave their human rights at the border. Number two, I will make sure.
See, like, and that answer is fine, whether you agree with it or not.
It's a fine answer, sure.
And it explains where he stands on it. But the idea, you cringe because you go, he wants people to believe that he cares more about immigrants because he can speak Spanish, which doesn't mean anything.
Reinstate DACA, that we reinstate pathways to citizenship for DACA recipients and to make sure that people that are here on temporary protected status can stay and remain here.
So Beto then turns around and he goes, what?
¿Qué?
¿Qué? Se habla español también? And they say, okay, Beto, what are you going to do on your day one? We heard from Cory Booker.
Wait, they went right back to Beto?
Well, they're going, they hit everybody. But they did. This isn't like the first 5 minutes or anything. I think this question comes like pretty far into it.
Okay.
Yeah. But the reason we're going Corey Beto is because these are the two guys that were Spanishing each other all night.
He didn't Spanish again.
Well, let's see what Beto's going to do day one.
To why people are coming. If I could, I'm sorry. Congresista O'Rourke, ¿qué haría usted en el primer día si usted es presidente?
Oh, he's asking him in Spanish.
Now, here's my question. Do you think that the moderator here was trying to catch up Beto? Like to catch Beto? If you don't understand this question, then you don't really understand Spanish, and what are you doing speaking Spanish? Do you think that was his plan?
No, I think that he was speaking Spanish for Spanish viewers. And I think that he was trying to do the same thing that Beto and Booker are doing, which is showing people how progressive they are and how well-versed they are. And what they are missing is what people really want, which is somebody who's going to go in and beat the sitting president.
Just beat Trump.
And you're not going to beat Trump like this.
I mean, I've already talked to so many people that are sitting there going, just give me somebody to vote for. I just want somebody to vote for. I don't want to. Just give me somebody.
And again, out of 20 candidates, of course, they're not all going to be great.
Trump would destroy him if he started talking in Spanish.
Oh my God!
It would be embarrassing because even he would just hit that thing of you're speaking. The English is the national language of the country, and you're speaking another. How could you have America's interest? Even though he would twist it, but he would kill him with this.
Yeah.
And people think, oh, you just talk about Trump. It's not even about being pro-Trump. It's just what they're doing is dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, Congresista O'Rourke, ¿qué haría usted en el primer día si usted es presidente sobre esta realidad que está ocurriendo? What would you do, Congressman, day one at the White House?
Vamos a tratar.
Fucking God! Again!
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's bilingual. You're not impressed? Aren't you sitting there going like, Beto, I didn't know you were... This is amazing.
I don't care what he's going to do for the economy.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Point is, he's going to do it in Spanish.
He
That's
speaks
amazing.
one language in another language, kinda.
Yeah, sort of. He can fumble together a sentence in a second language.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
And he lost to Ted Cruz.
He did. Yeah, he did lose to Ted Cruz, and also Alex Jones interviewed a pile of shit and said it was him.
Yeah, and his
we can't
hair
forget that. Right?
His hair is dry and awful.
It is, and he's got to fix his bottom teeth
and his dumb fucking lip, that little ridge under his nose. I hate him.
I wonder how Hot Dog feels. You know, Hot Dog took up Beto's side in the Great Debato, and now Hot Dog, who is Dominican, has to sit there and watch his guy speak broken Spanish to try to appeal to him.
He didn't like it. He was tweeting about it.
Good.
He did not like it.
Oh, he thought it stunk? Good for Hot Dog.
Yeah.
Hot Dog's a realist. He knows what's up.
Yeah. Hot Dog's pissed that everybody's saying Dominican Republic is killing Americans.
Oh my God, he's so upset.
Fucking furious about it.
Well, he shouldn't be because it's what's happening.
He said it's fake news.
It's not fake news.
He's siding with Dominican Republic on this one.
Here's how not fake news it is. Delta Airlines offered to refund or change the airfares of people going to Dominican Republic with no charge.
I saw that.
They don't want to fuck the Dominican Republic. There's just something happening.
And Delta hates customers.
Thank you very much, Joe. And Joe knows that. He worked for Delta. And that's the first thing they drill into your head. Customers are garbage.
Treat them like shit.
Let me hear the rest of
Yeah, let's go back to Beto.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was pulling that.
El respeto y dignidad que merecen como humanos. We would
Troy,
not
you listening to
turn
tunes
back
again?
tunes on.
He's
Valeria
listening to
and
tunes
her father,
again.
Oscar. We would accept them into this country and follow our own asylum laws. We would not build.
Troy, you're so bad
That's
at
fine,
clicking
there's only
things.
Spanish.
You are so bad at clicking things.
It's
Just your order of in which you click is befuddling to me.
Well, I'm just trying to stay up on the articles you guys were talking about.
Yeah, he was actually
I
bringing
know
up
what
the
you're
Delta,
doing.
yeah.
I just like the order, like because I watch your mouse and the order in which you decide I'm going to hit play now and I'm going to click out of this window. It's just such a weird way of doing things.
Well, there's a pause but before the commercial starts on the other page. That's where I get screwed
That
up.
drives you crazy. I know what you
Drives
mean.
me nuts.
Yeah.
yeah. Plus, there's a lot of operator error.
a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's bad at his job.
He is.
I mean, that too.
Right.
All right.
Wow, he is part of the greatest generation.
He's actually speaking English now.
He is. He is. Beto.
Manos. We would not turn back Valeria and her father, Oscar. We would accept them
He couldn't
into
say
this country and
Valeria.
follow our own
Valeria. Right? Just so you know. I know how to pronounce it right.
asylum laws. We would not build walls. We would not put kids in cages. In fact, we would spare no
your
expense
policy
to
would still
reunite the families
criminalize a lot of
that have
these
been
families.
separated already.
Congressman,
And we
your
would not
policy
criminally
would still
prosecute
criminalize
any
them
family
because
who
your
is
policy
fleeing
doesn't
violence.
call for the
Pause for a
repeal of
It's a
second.
clusterfuck.
They start arguing, and I like when they argue.
He's arguing with him. Okay.
Yeah, so the what's his name again? Teftamundo?
Julian Castro.
Julian Castro.
Julian Castro.
He and this is the one guy, right? When Beto's trying to win points by speaking in Spanish, the one Hispanic candidate goes like, "Hey, Beto, your immigration policy would still lock my people up." Beto's like, "Oh no, I'm going to lose my goodwill from speaking Spanish. Why would you do this to me?"
Don't you mean our people?
He better speak more Spanish then.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's getting out of this.
Yeah, so like this was when it felt like Beto lost his goodwill and Julian kind of gained a lot of goodwill last night.
1325. We would make sure.
Secretary, let him finish, and I will give you
his policy.
But let him finish. Let him finish, please.
That is annoying when people break the rules of the debate that they all agreed on. It's like if you've ever
What a
done a
fucking
comedy,
narc.
if you ever done a comedy competition and you're supposed to do 5.
I've won.
Congrats, man. I meant to tell you.
And someone does like 7, and you're like, why are they letting him do so much more
Dude,
time?
I know. People that go over, and then all of a sudden they still do okay in the contest.
Yeah.
And you're like, why are you not just kicking them out?
Yeah, you get kicked out.
Yeah, but
He's not allowed to run for president now.
When you're watching a debate, the arguing is the only part that's any fun.
Right.
You know, I love it when they start bickering.
Yeah. I don't like when they talk over each other because I can't hear it.
Yeah, it gets annoying.
It annoys me.
I like when they talk over each other because it's when they start to get mad.
Yeah.
And when you start to see real emotion, you're like,
That's
okay,
true.
now we're on to something here. Now we're working.
It's also weird that there's 10 people and 2 of them are arguing.
And the
Should I
other
get in this? Should I-
the other
How's de
8 are like,
Blasio?
yeah, just let him. Well, we do. De Blasio.
I want to hear a little Bill de Blasio.
He brought up. He had his. It's interesting. I thought he was better than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
But I think you and I have such low expectations of him because I was like, oh, you know, de Blasio wasn't that bad. And then all the articles I read, they were like, de Blasio was obnoxious.
You know what it is? He has a smug face. And I don't know if you can fix that. And maybe that's shallow to say like about a candidate, but he has a smug,
It is what
fucking
it is.
hateable face.
Why are you pointing at me?
No reason. No reason. I don't know if you can fix that, though. Not,
You really
not
can't.
talking to anyone. Not talking to anyone.
You're saying in general.
In general.
I think that you have a serious issue that you have to insult whoever's named Sam in the room.
Maybe he should just grow a giant beard.
Yeah, to hide that smugness. You think that's what it is to
I
cover
think
up
de Blasio needs a giant beard.
Yeah.
It does tend to help. It does.
But you see his dumb, smug.
Yeah, kind of pursing the upper lip there.
And I don't know why that makes me annoyed. It probably shouldn't.
Okay, well, right before this, de Blasio had said one of the things that qualifies him as a great candidate is that he, you know, as the mayor of New York, he's in charge of this huge police force, and he does such a good job.
Yes, but he refuses to back up.
Well, if you think he refuses to back up, wait to hear what he said that got the police pissed off at him again.
Okay.
If you nominate a Supreme Court nominee as President of the United States and Mitch McConnell is still Senate Majority Leader, what makes you believe that he would allow you to make a nominee?
Rachel, I am chief executive of the nation's largest city, and I also want to just say something quick on the gun issue and come to your question. Look, I run the largest police force in America, too, and if we're going to stop these shootings, we're going to get these guns off the street, we have to have a very different relationship between our police and our community. I also want to say there's something that sets me apart.
The police hate his guts.
Yeah, they do.
They hate him.
It's also vague. We want a different relationship between our police and the community. Okay, what is that?
But that's like saying, yeah, it's the same thing as saying, you know, clearly the economy's not working, so
We're gonna-
let's fix it.
We're going to cure cancer.
Right. At least curing cancer is direct. Okay, I'm voting for this guy because cancer will be done. Let's rewind 5 seconds.
They're
or
all
so.
wearing the same suit. They all look exactly the
Well,
same.
they can't be
They're-
too flashy.
It's a dumb blue
They
power
went to-
suit.
Some focus group said that makes you seem authoritative, but not too aggressive.
Well, in a world where, I mean, and we fall into it, you're sitting there going, I can't vote for this guy who swallows too much. If you wear the wrong color suit. Remember when Obama wore a beige suit and everybody was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I don't think people really make their mind up like that. I think it's mostly policy. It's almost like Moneyball,
Bro.
where you saw the scouts saying, well, this guy's not going to be a good baseball player. And they're like, why? Well, his girlfriend's ugly. He doesn't have the confidence. I don't think people are doing that. I think people are making their mind up. That used to be what the media could do. They had so much power. They had a monopoly on communication between mass groups of people. But now with social media, people are going to talk about who they like. And
You're out of your mind if you think policy is the guiding factor of most people. That's very optimistic.
I can't say that Beto's swallowing too much, and that's why he's not going to win. When Trump, he kind of looked like an idiot.
The way Trump holds the water is bad. But then again, Nixon, they said one of the reasons that Kennedy mauled him.
Yeah.
was because he was sweating on camera. And JFK knew that, and Nixon went to him before and said something about the makeup. They talked, and Kennedy goes, I'm not wearing makeup. And he goes, oh, okay. So Nixon didn't wear it, and Kennedy did. And that's why he didn't sweat.
Yeah.
I also think makeup or no makeup, Kennedy's a lot better looking guy.
He's a better candidate, too, but Nixon looked uncomfortable and nervous.
Yeah. And no matter how bad, this is where Trump was a genius with these debates, because he knows how to do television.
Yeah.
No matter how goofy Trump looked when he was doing stuff, he insulted people to a point that they all looked worse than him.
Yeah, and he, I don't think we only vote on policies, but I think it's part of it. Like, maybe it's only one policy. With Trump was immigration. That was his policy, and that's everything
and
else.
trade. I think that's why he won those Rust Belt states that all went for Obama, because it was finally someone who said, hey, we want to try to get you guys jobs.
Yeah.
But when you also have a guy that's getting away with blaming one candidate's brother for 9/11 and one candidate's dad for killing JFK.
That's true.
It's so ridiculous. It's hard to think that the debates yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, it works.
He pointed them out.
It all
He was
works.
right.
So here's de Blasio that you were looking for, Jim.
The largest police force in America, too. And if we're going to stop these shootings, we're going to get these guns off the street, we have to have a very different relationship between our police and our community. I also want to say there's something that sets me apart.
He talks too fast.
From all my colleagues running in this race, and that is for the last 21 years, I've been raising a black son in America. And I have had to have very, very serious talks with my son Dante about how to protect himself on the streets of our city and all over this country, including how to deal with the fact that he has to take special caution because there have been too many tragedies between our young men and our police, too, as we saw recently in Indiana. So we need to have a different conversation in this country about guns, but also a different conversation about policing that brings police and community together. We've done that in New York City, and we've driven down crime while we've done it.
If he just finished in Spanish, his black son, that is...
So what about why are they mad at them now?
So the cops, number one, because he's saying, like, cops are shooting black people, which cops are like, why? Don't bring up. We don't talk about old shit, is what they say. And number two, you have him saying, what makes me unique is I've been raising a black son for the last 21 years. And Cory Booker's kind of looking at him like, I'm a black guy. Like, I was a black kid. Like, what do you mean?
Yes, okay.
What makes you unique is you're raising a black kid. I was that.
What he's saying is what makes me unique is that I'm white with a black son. That makes him unique.
It does make him unique, but it doesn't make his perspective like Cory Booker would have an even better perspective.
Absolutely, because he lives it.
He's got more identity politics points on that issue.
Yes.
He talks. The problem with Bowser is he talks too fast.
He's trying to get all his points in.
And he's like, you're communing with the police, and his mouth doesn't move enough.
No.
You know, I run the biggest police force, communicating with the police, and his teeth are annoying. He's annoying.
There was Trump only tweeted two things. He was live tweeting just a little bit. In the first hour, he just tweeted the word boring in all caps.
It's funny.
And then he tweeted making fun of how terrible and disrespectful NBC was.
And wasn't there a little crazy train?
They had a technical glitch.
A little crazy train playing? Am I wrong?
When?
Let me see the somebody tweeted it. I looked at the tweet. Maybe it was a retweet of Trump's tweet.
So he wrote, after he wrote boring, exclamation, he wrote, NBC News and MSNBC should be ashamed of themselves for having such a horrible technical breakdown in the middle of the debate. Truly unprofessional and only worthy of a fake news organization. Which they are.
I hope he's not listening this morning when we had the music playing and I had the coffee with a bad lid.
That's true.
Yeah, he would understand.
So they come in to start their second hour of the debate. They bring in Chuck Todd and Rachel Maddow, which everybody hates Chuck Todd, recently. I don't know why, but every Sunday he's trending on Twitter because everybody just hates him. Like I guess they don't think he does a good job interviewing people. I don't know. But I always feel bad for Chuck Todd. I always look at what's going on with the Sunday morning news shows. And everybody just can't stand the guy. I mean, I didn't think he did a very good job. He was like acting like a schlocky DJ. Like he was doing things like he'd do things like, all right, well, we want to speed through this a little bit because we got another point to bring up, and boy, is it a good one. But and you're like, you don't need to tease. You know what I mean? Like he's like becoming a part of it and teasing it, like he's turning it into a TV show, and you're like, they're supposed to be you're the one that's supposed to bring the integrity here.
Let me see Trump. This is from Trump's tweet?
No, this is the actual clip of MSNBC. Huh?
This is not from... Didn't he tweet this?
It's probably the same thing.
Yeah, okay, he did tweet it, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if he tweeted the original clip or just something that somebody made. But this is what happened last night when they started their second hour.
We will hear from everyone I promise everybody. And to begin with, we're going to go with guns. And Senator Warren, I want to start with you. We are less than 50 miles from Parkland, Florida, where 17 people were killed in a school shooting last year, and where there has been significant...
You hear all that background?
What the fuck is that?
It's mics coming from somewhere else. They don't know where it's from.
...among gun violence ever since. Many of you are calling for a restoration of an assault weapons ban, but even if implemented, there will still be hundreds of millions of guns in this country. Should there be a role for the federal government?
Candidates can't hear them.
Everybody's mics are on. I think we have a... I heard that too. That's okay. I think we had a little mic issue in the back.
Control room, we've got contrary
We have the... I think we heard... Yeah, we have the...
And you hear, like, control room, we have contrary audio? That's the producer talking, not for the air. Like, that's the producer saying, control room, we have contrary audio.
I thought it was Maddow.
I thought she said that.
I don't think she said it for the air.
Sounded like Maddow.
Because what's contrary audio? Like,
contrary audio means she's just trying to clean it up. We're hearing your mic. Here's what that is. Let me translate. Shut the fuck up back there. Shut the fuck up.
All right. So the question...
You think anybody's believing the Chuck Todd comb over? That comb to the front?
With it starts at the behind his ears? It's fucking disgraceful.
If he speaks Spanish, I will.
We're from... I apologize you guys didn't get to hear this, the first part of the question. Obviously, we're not far from Parkland, Florida. Gun activism has become a big part of high school life up there in Broward County. Many of you are calling for tighter gun restrictions. Some of you are calling for the restoration of the assault weapons ban. But even if it's put in place, there's still going to be perhaps hundreds of millions of guns still on the streets. Is there a role for the federal government?
The control room audio's back.
What a lousy company.
This is 10 o'clock at night. I mean, it's prime time. Everybody's tuned in.
Yeah.
To play in order to get these guns off the streets.
God, I wish they were saying something embarrassing.
The candidates are all kind of laughing. They're like, Parkland.
I wish, they're all laughing and playing along. I wish one of them would have just gotten angry.
Yeah.
You know, can you fucking fix that?
Just losing their mind like me with the construction or something. Like tip over their thing.
Yeah.
Their
In
podium.
Spanish.
Yeah. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah. El noizo.
You start running. Ay, no me gusta.
What's happening?
We are hearing our colleagues' audio. If the control room could turn off the mics.
They're laughing. They both want to get up and fire somebody with a fucking hammer.
Dude, I'd be furious. I'd be losing my mind.
They don't think it's funny. They want to, and again, they have to play it off. They want to walk back into that control room with an axe.
Yeah.
Especially because hour one with Lester
Joe,
Holt.
So what are you doing later, Joe?
Just
you going to go out later?
Fine.
You got a set tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Lester Holt and Savannah Guthrie came across looking like $1 million. Yeah. And Chuck Todd, he's already... everybody already loves Lester Holt. Everybody hates Chuck Todd. Awkward 2 minutes.
That's not that bad.
I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world.
What did Trump tweet? I want to see because he did something to it. Am I wrong?
The video that Trump tweeted?
Let me see.
You gotta turn the sound on, bud.
To get this technical, I want to start with you. We are less than 50 miles from Parkland, Florida, where 17 people...
Yeah, he turned off the light.
Trump's tweeting memes again.
Played Crazy Train.
We are going to take a quick break.
Turned off the lights and played Crazy Train on Trump's version.
The president tweeted this.
He's the president.
It's also unfortunate because if anyone's fault that it wasn't, it's Chuck Todd and Rachel Maddow.
Right.
They're not in the control room. They're just the ones who had to deal with it.
But they're the ones that get blamed.
Yeah.
It's like you're the moderators, right? You're the host of this shindig.
All right, you guys talk. This is MSNBC. You guys talk.
Okay. Yeah, this didn't all happen with Lester Holt, and we're trying to ask about, actually, Parkland was a big deal. Can you hear me up there?
Go on now, get down there and lick my asshole.
Well, we seem to have some audio coming from
Lester
our
Holt
previous.
was talking in the makeup room.
Yeah.
When Eubanks says no, champion says
That
yes.
sound guy should be fired. Whoever's idea that was for not turning their mics off should just be fucking fired.
100% on the spot. And then before we finish up talking about this, I think so I was sitting there watching, and some of these candidates, like one of them, I swear to God, it was probably an hour and a half into the 2-hour show.
90 minutes.
That's right. And they go to one of these candidates, and I go, I don't think I've ever seen you before. I do not remember you being on this program.
They should all just get equal time. That's it.
They do.
Yeah.
They're supposed to.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just what happens is people go on past their time.
Yeah, I read that Booker and Warren got over 10 minutes, and one candidate was in the 6s.
So what they do is they should cut your mic. If you go over, you have 5 seconds to go over, and there should be a little light that indicates, and then they just cut your fucking mic.
Like
that
the
would
Academy
stop
Awards?
it. That would stop it.
Because it's almost encouraging people to...
Because they know you're going to be able to talk. So if they
Yeah.
had a fucking thing where your mic is on when you're answering the question, and like when they give you, say you have 1 minute to answer, you answer, and then at a minute, a red light comes on, and you know that means 5 seconds and my mic is cut. Then you wind up just talking.
Right.
And you'll look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but they want the rules to be broken.
I get you. Maybe you're right.
You know, they say, but like for the sake
Since when
of
did
TV,
I become a Law and Order guy? I should
know.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody should speak when they're spoken to when it's their turn. Like they want them to argue. They want them to go over time. They want a little bit of chaos. They want the mics to work, but they want some chaos. That's why people tune in.
Yeah, and one guy said at de Blasio, it was really...
You got a stupid smile, you know that, pal.
That was unnecessary for this venue.
I have to pee.
Well, then real quick before you pee, John Delaney is one of these candidates.
He's funny, man. He's doing great. He's selling out shows.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where he's from. I don't even remember. But he's one of these guys that probably only got about 6 minutes, that did not make the most of his time because they kept cutting him off. I mean, it's a complete alpha male show where they just, if they can cut you off, they will. You have to not let them. Right. And, you know, he got beta cucked. Would you say John Delaney got beta cucked, Rob? You watched this, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 He got beta cucked the whole time.
The whole time.
Which is another reason why I like watching, and I can't just go to bed. I got to watch the whole 2-hour show because I'm watching for these 5-second increments.
Sure, these little moments.
So I can see the next time he gets beta cucked, and I can just kind of chuckle to myself. You know, it's funny.
That's all I did.
It's funny,
Yeah,
right?
it was really funny.
So Rob, I came in and I said, if you find any of these themes, like give me a montage. And we were 100% on the same wavelength because he said, I got all the best of John Delaney.
Okay.
So we do have the best of John Delaney at the Democratic debate.
Congressman Delaney, you'll have some time in a moment on this issue.
Senator Klobuchar, I want to get you.
That's a false claim.
We're going to switch to another topic now. We've got a lot to get through. Let's talk.
My
We need to talk
grandfather was
about.
actually separated from his family when he came to this country.
We're going to talk about Iran right now because we're working against the clock.
I want to go down the line here, finish up foreign policy. It's a simple question. What is the biggest threat to who is the geopolitical threat to the United States? Just give me a one-word answer, Congressman Delaney.
Could you repeat the question?
Greatest geopolitical threat to the United States right now.
Time now for closing statements. Each candidate has 45 seconds. We want to begin with former Congressman Delaney.
Closing now?
Closing.
Oh, no.
What a total fuck up.
Looks like the father from Mork and Mindy. Oh, boo.
He looks like, what's his face from Airplane?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Mayday, Mayday, it's the Russian New Year.
So he spent all those clips of like people talking over each other. That was John Delaney trying to get his shit in and nobody allowing it.
Look at that smile.
Lester Holt putting him in his place. And anytime he gets a question actually sent his way, he's just got a goofy smile and saying, one more time?
I didn't hear that. You only have 40 seconds left now.
Yeah. You have 45 seconds to answer this question. Was that me? Yeah, 40. Now 40.
Oh, we're closing?
We're closing now?
Yeah, check your watch, stupid. What are you talking about?
What a dumb look.
Oh, he was the best.
Oh, yeah, let's look at the last half of that montage again.
That's great.
When he's just sitting there.
What a
doop, 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 doop. Oh.
Policy. It's a simple question. What is the biggest threat to who is the geopolitical threat to the United States? Just give me a one-word answer, Congressman Delaney.
Could you repeat the question?
Greatest geopolitical threat to the United States right now.
Time now for closing statements. Each candidate has 45 seconds. We want to begin with former Congressman Delaney.
Closing now? Closing. Okay, 45 seconds.
You see, Jim, and this is why some people can't be center square. Okay? You're sitting here saying there should be a chance that a network would allow John Delaney to get the center podium. He can't handle himself.
He really is the best, though.
He's the greatest.
How are his answers?
That was his answer.
Was he declared a winner or loser by most people?
Loser. He's forgettable. Nobody even put him on the list.
Yeah.
The list that I saw, he was not listed as a winner or loser. They forgot he was there.
John Delaney. Who's the big winner?
I think Elizabeth Warren was the big winner, and Julian was the big winner because people didn't see him coming.
Okay.
But as far as the,
they didn't see you coming.
Right. As far as the candidates that were front runners going in, I think you got to give it to Elizabeth Warren. And as far as the candidates that were not, Castro was probably the one that shined brightest.
Okay.
You know, people started to see the de Blasio that we point out a lot. You know, a douchebag.
Yeah.
There's a lot of douchebag.
Relationship between place and community.
Yeah.
Dumb fucking pursed lips.
I do think John Delaney, personally, I badly want to see a John Delaney Donald Trump debate.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we could somehow rig it so that John Delaney could be the nominee, I think we could get a lot of great television.
Would you be okay if they brought him back tonight?
Yeah, they really need to bring him back tonight. Hey, Bernie actually, he decided to step out, so we're going to bring John Delaney back right here in the center.
What's my turn?
Is my podium? You know, my father was separated from our family. Great, John. We're going to talk about Iran.
Wait, what am I running for?
You know, he's got to go back to whatever town because he's a politician.
Yeah, former.
So he's got to go back to whatever town he's representing and go like, hey guys, you know, I was on the national platform. They're like, yeah, we saw you, John.
Yeah, you're our former congressman. No one cares.
Yeah, John, please don't mention our state again. Oh, so I'll be watching tonight.
Yeah, I will
sure.
too.
It's just a fun time.
Our daddy's going to make in the toilet bowl.
We have Joe Mackey here. Joe Mackey, of course, you can see him out and about on the New York comedy scene. You can also listen to the podcast Keeping Joe with Joe Mackey, Sam Morrell, and Phil Hanley. All great friends of the show, all great comics. And we'll be right back. You're on Gutfeld. So, Joe, you know, what's got you on the show today?
My grandfather worked in a steel mill.
Okay, Joe, we're going to move on to something else. Oh. Yeah. You missed Crazy Train.
No, that's why I had it played. Trump?
No, just now.
Oh, okay.
Just now, yeah, on the show. You know, Joe, do you read the articles about dad bods?
Dad bods?
Dad bods. Every summer they put out a new article. The dad bods are in style.
By the way, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I've
it's
heard
malarkey.
that.
It's
Yeah.
malarkey.
Here's what it is. Women want to fuck an older guy because older guys have more money and can provide a better lifestyle. They have to tolerate your body, so they call it dad bod so they don't feel like they're completely gross gold diggers. They want to make like there's something about your out of shapeness that they like.
Right.
How do I know? I've been told I have a dad bod.
Have you?
Yes, by my mother. Then we fucked.
Okay, that's a lot.
Why did I say that?
That took a dark turn.
I'm embarrassed I said that.
Are you?
Yes.
Why? It's not even the worst thing you said today.
No. Mom's
Be
nice
proud of
lady.
your dad bod. I am.
Yeah, I mean, you have, you know.
This is definite dad bod.
I feel like you're verging on being pregnant. Right?
That's almost a mom bod.
Yeah. Are you upset that you said you had sex with your mom?
I'm really mad at myself.
Because your mom is a nice lady, but I think you
Wonderful
have had
lady.
sex with her.
No, I have not.
You have not. Okay, so you want to put that out there on the
It's
record.
just when you're improvising and you're trying to off the cuff, you just go with the eye. It just. Why would I say that?
Yeah, my mom, you know, remember yesterday when I said that I think my mom, or earlier this week, I said I think my mom likes Lady Gaga because it awakens her unbridled sexuality?
Yeah, but you weren't wrong.
Yeah, but then I saw her like yesterday or the day before or something. She was at my house and she goes, "Oh, I heard my mention on the show this morning." I'm like, this is so fucking weird.
Oh, no.
This is such a weird thing that you would say that, Mom.
Was she listening to Lady Gaga?
I don't know.
She was. She had those corn on the...
It's uncalled for. I don't have sex with my mom like you have sex with your mom, Jim.
Well, you can't because your mom's always busy. She's got a cucumber with those two little fucking corn on the cob
So
things
dad
in the end of
bods,
it.
guys.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on.
You're right. All right. I won't say it.
It's too much.
You're right. You're correct.
It's too much.
You're right.
It's,
You're not wrong.
it's unbecoming of
You're
you.
right. It is.
I like that first dad bod with the American flag swimsuit. He's proud of his dad bods.
That's chubby Chris Pratt. He got himself in shape.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's chubby Chris Pratt.
He does kind of accordion a bit with his weight.
Yeah, but I feel like ever since he became a movie star, he just decided to get in shape, which is evidence to show you that dad bods are not actually attractive.
Yeah, I mean, no one ever says, "Wow, you put on 18 pounds, you look great."
But do you
dad bod?
When
shit.
When you Joe, when you read these dad bod articles, do you kind of think to yourself like, oh, like maybe we are evolving and maybe my body type is becoming attractive?
Yeah, I think it's all horseshit.
You do? Okay, you know that.
Because when I hear women talk about guys they think are hot, it's never the dad bod, but when they're trying to patronize me.
Right.
Patronizing,
like,
thank you. You're right.
Your dad bod. Oh, you got a dad bod hot.
No one has ever worked out and had the woman that they're with go like, oh man, you know what I mean? All you have to do is work out a little bit. If there's a slight hint of something that could be a muscle, a woman is, oh wow,
you look good. You've been working out.
Exactly, every time.
It's never, whew, thank God you finally stopped working out.
Right. Nobody
sat on the couch and looked like my father.
Nobody looks at Fat Jimmy Friday and goes like, oh, if only.
No.
If only I had known that Jimmy.
No.
You know?
It's crazy.
They want new in shape Jimmy.
Yes.
They want sexy bod Jimmy.
New in shape Jimmy has to be careful as he get out of shape.
Well, you're slipping into dad bod.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. But that's
I'm
okay.
with
We've
it.
all been there.
Yeah, it's
it's fine.
Cheers.
We I
hurry up. What?
You want me to de Blasio my way through this? I went out. I saw it and thought it was lies. You thought it was lies. Joe thinks it's lies. But our own Mike Montone, I believe he went out on the street to find out if women like dad bods or not.
Oh, okay.
Where is that boy?
He's coming in.
Okay.
Mike
Montone. He's our newest representative.
Did your girl want you to work out more, or she's happy with how you are?
She's happy with how I am to my face.
She's very cute. Joe's girl's very cute.
I don't think she'd object to you.
Most people hate me on the internet or behind my back, and I prefer that.
You don't want the face-to-face confrontation of the whole thing.
No, and I prefer talking negatively about people behind their back.
It is more fun.
It is more fun.
You're a comedian. It's what you guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike Montone, I would guess that you are not supportive of the dad bod.
Well, I don't dislike people who have it. I'm not.
You're in shape.
In shape. My God, look at this guy. He's a goddamn Adonis.
He's an ex-Marine tank.
This guy, how much time you spend in the gym, Mike? 3 days a week?
3-4 days a week.
Come on, who are you lying to? You're in there for 7 days a week. Look at those arms.
No, the other days I like yoga and some hill sprints.
Are you oiled up right now?
Moisturized.
Look at this guy. Look at the way his t-shirt sleeves fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you look at a guy wearing a t-shirt and you go, why doesn't my t-shirt fit that way? It's because my limbs don't look like his limbs. You know?
Ever juice?
No. I have a few friends who did though. They're actually, as a result, that's how I found out about dick pills, because they get what's called Deca Dick, where I guess if you're running Deca, it just goes away.
What the hell is Deca?
What's Deca Dick? What's that mean?
Deca is a steroid, and apparently just destroys, even if you're like super horny, it destroys your ability to get a rod
I fucking
at all.
Deca Pecca.
It's not a good thing. It's bad. It means it's limp.
So my
double Deca.
Because my Pecca's a double Deca.
My buddies who had Deca Dick would import like the rip-off Viagra from China and stuff, and they would give you
Did
the
it
extra
help?
ones. Yeah, that shit's fantastic.
Did you do Deca?
No, I haven't, but I have used the
fake Viagra
supplements. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's amazing? And this is how bodybuilding must just be so addictive. Guys will sacrifice their dicks for arms. You know what I mean? If you can get a bigger chest and bigger arms, they'll go like, well, look, your dick's not going to work anymore, but you'll be the size of a goddamn house.
Which it defeats the purpose, though, because if you're using the arms to use your dick and then the dick doesn't work, then would you do all that?
So it really makes you impotent, huh?
I don't know if it just completely wipes out.
It Nortons you up, they said.
Oh, yeah, you become like a fucking fledgling limper.
Okay, I didn't want to be, I didn't want to make it feel like a personal attack.
Okay, so I guess being big, did that help you through boot camp? Like being in shape?
Yeah, it was nice to go through with like a few extra pounds on, because you lose a lot. Like you just constant motion, and they're constantly running you around for like absurd reasons.
I get tired so easily. I would not like Paris Island.
It's annoying. I went to OCS in Quantico, so future officers getting trained by enlisted, so they really fuck with you.
Oh, they do.
It's their last shot to get a piece of you before you've
become an officer.
Rank, yeah.
Oh, is that where you went through basic training?
Yeah.
But be honest. You work hard on your body, I can tell. Yeah. When you see somebody that's got a dad bod, you don't kind of judge them for being lazy and unmotivated? A little bit.
No, unless
when you see Travis eating brownies and you see that little gut paunch developing in his
Yeah, when you see the
stomach
Travis in his
area.
shirt, it looks like a starving child.
Right.
Is that little fucking
I'm
bone?
smart
When you
enough
see
to never say such things about my boss on the air.
When you see that the only reason that Travis doesn't have titties is genetics only. It's only luck that Travis doesn't have titties.
The only reason I don't have titties is because I wear hoodies.
I see.
That's true.
The titties are well concealed, you're saying?
They are.
Smart. But I don't mean Travis. I mean somebody like Travis.
Yeah.
You don't go like, that's
A
because
man, in air quotes.
I'm a real man and they're lazy. You kind of think that a little
Sam
bit.
Roberts is a man.
I've heard that.
I like this Sam Roberts.
Michael, I like dicks, but that's not part of it, Jim. That's not a part of it. But you went out on the street to find out if women actually like dad bods or not.
I did. Yeah, we had to get the pulse of the people.
I think that's important. That's one of your main responsibilities here is to be.
Absolutely.
You have a New York voice. You come from a strong New York lineage. You need to represent the people. So, do we have Mike Montone's newest piece?
A surprising new poll by Planet Fitness says abs are out and the dad bod is in. Skeptical, I hit the streets to find out if it's the humidity or body by daddy that's making the ladies moist this summer.
Not fond of the dad bod, no.
If it happens, it happens. I'm not going to leave my husband if he gets a dad bod.
The
and
neighbor's
appearance.
college-age son is sporting a fresh six-pack.
I'd look out the window for sure.
And take a look. Save it for
Yes,
later.
yes.
Guys call that the spank bank.
Yes.
Yeah,
Put it in there.
Do chicks have a spank bank?
100%.
Really?
Yes.
What do you guys call it?
Bank now.
But you guys really aren't doing much spanking. We're the ones that do the spanking. I feel like the rub tub.
The rub tub.
So you see a guy with a nice set of abs, you put it in the rub tub.
Maybe, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Would you worry that a guy with a dad bod might not be able to perform in the bedroom?
Yeah. Lazy, unfit, tired too easy.
Sarah didn't go too hard on her soft-bellied husband.
He definitely has a dad bod.
You cool? You like it?
No, I mean, I'm totally fine with the dad bod.
He makes up for a subpar bod with a nice big rod. Is hubby packing?
It's just fine.
Does it at
That's
least
the trick.
Does it at least make it out past the extent of his dad belly?
Oh, yes.
So if you don't have a six-pack, a 7-incher will do just fine. In Midtown for Jim and Sam, I'm Mike Montone.
So here's what I
Good job,
love.
Mike.
This is great.
Thanks, Jim.
You did a great job.
Good job.
And here's what I like. Number one, you borrowed from your dad, John Montone, a little bit. I heard that in your delivery.
Yes.
John Montone, as we said earlier in the week, classic New York man on the street news guy. But what I love is you go John Montone when you're doing the voiceover, and then you go Mike Montone, bro. Like 1 minute you're going like, schlocky radio guy, and the next minute you chicks flick the bean or what? It's great. Well, thank
Good
you, Mike
job,
Montone.
Mike. We have to cut this short before we end the show. We have a special guest on the phone.
We have breaking news.
Good job, buddy.
Ladies
Thanks,
and gentlemen, fresh off a wonderful appearance on The Tonight Show.
Yes.
Here he is, political expert and prolific writer.
Colin Quinn.
Colin Quinn is here. Colin Quinn.
Colin
Welcome,
Quinn. Colin Quinn.
By the way, guys, thanks to your new intern startling me, I just Me Too'd a girl in the street with my left hand, with the three back fingers of my left hand. I literally just poked her ass in her yoga pants. I was walking by accidentally.
That's a happy accident.
Yeah.
Because I was gesturing. That new intern was so formal, it startled me.
So, Colin, when I saw you last night, you had not gone over to the Tonight Show yet.
No, I was going over there. It was a live show.
And we watched today. I always think it's good to set up a bit by doing the bit just so people are prepared for it.
Well, I like to break boundaries in comedy.
Now listen, I've
How
had
humiliating was that?
I've had bits played. I always try to approve them or say, tell Jonathan, do you not do that? You just like, whatever you want to play?
Yeah, I do. I don't know what happened. We had a mix-up in communications. I don't know what happened.
At what point, Colin, do you
Right at the
realize...
beginning, I was sitting there watching. I go to Jimmy. I just did this. And he loved it, of course.
I just did this. There was no sympathy. And you kind of like sit there and go, oh no, this is the one live show they're doing all year, and it has to be the moment.
That was the best. That was the best part. It was actually live, and I was sitting there going, "Oh yeah, they can't cut this out."
Oh, you thought they won't be able to edit you?
I look like a robotic ass.
Because it seemed like so. I wanted to know. You said immediately you knew that it was going to be the exact same bit, and there's no way to save it.
No.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah. I'm just an inorganic ass.
Our favorite part was that when you were talking to Jimmy, it felt like the Dunder Mifflin reference was kind of off the cuff. Like you were just like, oh, we were talking about the NBC store earlier. Dunder Mifflin shirt.
Like you were searching for it.
And then you play the clip and you said Dunder Mifflin shirt in the special. It was exactly word for word the same.
You know what's so funny? I literally was hearing that bit going, this is embarrassing. And I forgot, oh no, at the end it's Dunder Mifflin.
You know, it's one of those things because on panel, we have to make it seem conversational, like we're just kind of being chatty and off the cuff. And then to have the same bit played, it exposes the fraud of the chattiness.
I know. I blame morning radio for all those years. Those morning radio people would be like on the road, like, set us up with your bits. Back in the 80s and 90s. And you'd be like, well, I'll tell you.
Now, do you feel like your comedian friends will be understanding that this type of thing happens? We'll just move past it and probably not mention it?
They're probably the only ones that think it's funny, you know? But, you know.
You do know that this will go down because I don't think this has ever happened before.
No.
I've never heard of this happening before on any show.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I want you to know, Colin, not that we take joy in your pain, but we literally spent an hour playing this clip this morning.
Well, I don't blame you, because I'll tell you, it would make a hell of an episode of Crushing.
When I saw, I'm trying to think of words to just rapture maybe. When I was watching you, and they didn't tell me what happened because I didn't see you last night. So I'm watching it, and then I see you go into the bit, and you go, "Hey, we're gonna have a civil war." I'm like, "Oh my god!" It was
unbelievable.
It was as if they had done it for me, and there's no way to stop it. If they were on pre-tape, they could have at least stopped it and played another clip.
Yeah, no, but I was hoping maybe the audience would think it was somebody else's. I was wearing a different outfit from what I was wearing on the Tonight Show.
Were you embarrassed?
And apparently they didn't fall for that. No, I wasn't embarrassed. What the hell? I mean, stand up. What did they think? Everything's off the cuff. We write our acts. Sorry. Yeah, I'd be embarrassed if it was like 1953 maybe, but I think everyone knows we write our material at this point.
Oh, yeah, no, I just mean the panel stuff, which they think is a conversation. They don't think that's written.
No.
What do you mean?
When we're on
but most of the conversation was off the cuff, you know?
I know, but there was one part of the conversation where you said the exact same thing that was in the clip.
I know. I'm saying they think the whole panel's off the cuff too?
Oh, they do. Of course they do. They don't know.
Well, I think you guys are living in the past. Everybody knows at this point that half that stuff is, thought through.
Did Jimmy smile when he found out that this was the same bit you had just done?
Yeah, we both. I just looked at him and I go, I was just saying this.
I was just saying this. It made me really happy, and
it was a good one.
It was a good one, and anyway.
Well, congratulations, Colin.
But I don't like the fact that Sam somehow thinks that in the comedy clubs people are going to be giving me a ribbing. Like, hey, that was really a moment. No one's going to remember this. Do you understand how fast-paced the world is going right now, Sam? There's no comedy club community getting together, giving each other a ribbing anymore.
I think you may be underestimating the gravity of your flub.
I think so. I think you may be underestimating.
Well, I'm sure you guys didn't help any today.
No, we didn't.
Playing it for an hour.
I don't think you. I think you're underestimating.
I'm also going to make fun of your suit.
Joe Mackey's here.
If there's any legs whatsoever, it was definitely supplied by you two this morning.
We hope so.
I'll know who to blame. I'll know who to blame if it becomes
yes,
a thing.
We referred to you as Colin 2 times. Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah. Jim Norton was quoted as saying that he wanted to walk into the Comedy Cellar tonight wearing a Dunder Mifflin t-shirt.
Yeah, that was suggested by a fan, but I won't be there. It was very funny. It was a funny appearance.
It was great.
What you should do is you should walk in with a Black Sabbath t-shirt.
I would actually do that.
I believe I've seen it.
Hey, so seriously, why do you think though that we shouldn't have a civil war?
Oh, Oh. I'll tell you why Roland is a great producer.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we like to give him the business back and forth. But he called me, and he goes, "Hey, call in because they're talking about your show, your appearance." And he didn't tell me the beating that I was going to get. So even now, at this late date, I was calling. I was like, "Oh, they're going to bring up that thing." I didn't realize it was going to be.
He's getting breakfast.
You're ordering a poppy seed bagel?
Why not? I like poppy seed.
Oh, all right, Colin. Well, we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
See you later, buddy.
Talk to you later.
Swinging.
All right, bye.
He's the best.
That was very funny.
He's the best. Well, Joe Mankey, we always appreciate seeing you.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Of course, you're going to be able to see Joe Mankey on your TV sets Saturday night, this coming Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern on Fox News, the Greg Gutfeld Show featuring the amazing Joe Mankey, and of course the Keeping Joe podcast. You can hear Joe anytime you like.
Yes.
Jim, you got dates coming up?
Yeah, just, you guys know where I'm going to be. Just go to jimnorton.com. Magoobies has just been added in Baltimore. Columbus will be on sale soon, as will Denver, as will Philadelphia, as will New Brunswick. So and I'm seeing you guys. I think you're going to come over on the 3rd.
That's well. We're going to do our marathon day on the 3rd. We're going to UFC with you. Maybe we'll hit the gym. Then we'll go to your place. Probably sleep over.
Cool.
And then we'll see you. We'll say goodbye on the 4th.
Goodbye.
See ya.